Oh, Shan is there. Welcome,
Hi.
Shan.
Thank you.
Nice to meet
Thank
you
you. Thanks for
again.
having me.
Well, that's pretty nice of you to accept the invite from a newbie
Anytime.
interviewer. Anytime
Anytime. Yep.
you're
Well,
down for the play.
within reason.
Within reason, okay.
Yeah.
It's not a bullshit interview here. It's really serious, so
Okay, I'm sorry.
that's good
Let's
for you.
get serious.
Let's get
Let's
started.
focus.
So yeah, so thanks for doing this. I've been a
Yeah.
fan of OPS for I know a lot of years, maybe 6 years. So it's very I'm very grateful that you do it, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a little stressed out to be honest, but it's
Oh.
gonna be fine.
It's just two kids. We're just two chilling kids.
Yeah,
Two
exactly.
peoples.
That
Well,
makes it
I'm not quite a kid,
less stressful. Yeah,
but
you're not a kid anymore, Shan.
not anymore. At
But
heart, in my baby feminine FI, I'll still I'll still
yeah,
claim childhood status.
it's always a child. Demons are our child, or
That's right.
yeah,
That's right. Do you see your SI in that way? Like that it's childish?
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, like
Yeah.
less. Yeah, it's like a baby. I do agree. It complains and it's like no.
Right, there you go. You don't want to do that. I
Yeah.
know.
But how are you, Shan?
I'm
First question.
good. I'm actually
You
really
good?
good. Well, this morning I woke up with a lot of anxiety. The tractors were back. They've been doing construction at the house that I'm at, and it sends
Oh,
like shockwaves through my system every time I wake up because it's just like boom. I don't know, maybe it's my feminine sensory that just feels like it's like ugh. But yeah, it just wakes you up with anxiety. So I woke up with anxiety today because they were gone for 2 days, and I was like, "Yay, they're done!" And then this morning they're back. I was like, "Ah." So, but other than that, I'm doing great.
okay, nice. But why construction around the house or renovation?
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Okay.
doing random stuff. Today they were removing a tree stump. They were removing a tree stump and it was right behind where my car was parked. And I come outside
Oh,
like first thing in the morning and the tractor was like popping a wheelie trying to get the tree out right behind my car. I'm like, "Okay,
oh no.
this is fine." I'm like, "I don't even want to know. If you wreck my car, I don't want to know."
Why they do this? Huh? Even like here, there's snowstorm and like they
Yeah.
don't really give where they put the snow and it just wreck everything. Sometimes it's like what?
I know, I know. Yeah. I
Like
I think they're just in like I think the homeowner is a number 2 and he's just in project mode. And
okay,
so
okay.
like everything is getting worked on. And so it's just like, "Okay, what are you working on today?" "Something." I'm like, "Okay."
That's what I don't like about the social too. They wreck
Yeah.
everything. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But
They
it's
do
like
a lot
they
of work and
yeah,
spin in circles. Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they see resources as infinite. I feel like
I
uh,
know. I
yeah,
just think they think everything is their responsibility. But
yeah,
it feels like almost like a lack of prioritizing because everything is their responsibility. So it's just like,
yeah,
"That's mine too. This is also mine. I also have to do that." I'm like,
yeah.
"Do you? I don't know if you do." I don't know if we needed to remove that stump.
Mm.
It's been in nobody's way, you know?
Yeah, and
So,
that's why it feels like consume. Like you guys connect the two together. It's like
yeah.
because it's a lot of random things that they collect, let's say, or they
Yeah.
take into action. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I see it. I think it's an obsession with projects as well. Like, I've talked to my mom about this. My mom and my grandpa are both social twos, and they're like twins. And I've talked to them both about it, and they individually talk about it exactly the same. Where like they can't sleep at night because of an obsession about a project. Like it's just some random project that gets into their head, and it just
Yeah.
becomes an obsession that they have to work on.
Yeah,
So
I think my mother too is a social type too, and she cannot sleep. I mean, she also sleep less, but she cannot sleep and thinks about a lot of projects and
yeah,
stuff with the family too. Yeah,
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 yeah. That's exactly what it's like. Like every time I talk to my mom, she's doing 3 different things at the same time. I'm like, "What are you doing right now?" "Oh, I'm taking care of the dogs. I'm baking banana bread, and I'm also building a shelf for the garage." I'm like, "Okay." And she's a blast last ISFP, so it's like, okay.
yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the socials pull you drag you begrudgingly through your animals. Like, I don't care that you're blast last. You have a project that's going to abuse you, you know?
And
So
when did you guys discover like the social or thought about it being something or
yeah, Dave was the one that discovered, or he didn't discover. I think he was just doing some reading on, who was it? I can't even remember. I can't remember. Feminine sensory, sorry. But there was somebody already talking about it. I feel like there was some ENTP that was talking about it for a while too. There was this guy that was talking about it that like he's
ah
like
oui,
no longer, do you know?
Gregory Clark? Is it the guy
Yeah,
that
maybe Gregory Clark was one of them, but then I think this other ENTP guy, I don't remember his name, but he was
ah okay.
talking about it, and we literally saw his videos after he had already died, but he had like a video on his channel where he was talking about like the different stages of like, you know, strong man begets, you know, weak man, but there's like the different kind of like stages of life. And so that, I think
Ah
there was
yeah.
like a whole time period where we're studying the stages of life, and
Ah
then that brought around the this whole, it was like post op function studies, because once you get the binary coins and stuff like that, it's really interesting, but then it's also like,
mm,
how does this apply to larger elements, and how does this apply to the hero's journey, the story, you know, the entire story of the human. What do you do with those parts? How do you manage trauma? How do you manage birth order? So I think that that's where that studies came from, you know.
okay.
So yeah, Gregory Clark. So it wasn't something that we made up, but in studying the socials, Dave was poking at it and going, I think there's a thing here. He was just like, this is very real. I'm seeing that this is very real. And he was studying that. And then I think we sort of like dropped it for a while. Like it was just one of the many interesting things that we were looking at for a while. And then I started obsessing about it for some random reason. I was like, I think there might be something more here. And I just started obsessing about how I think it's connected to our parts. I thought I started seeing that it might be something that was hereditary. That's the thing, or not hereditary, genetic. That's when I start caring. Like once it gets to being something that might be genetic, that's when I start caring, because
Okay.
all of the modifiers are really interesting and I care about those, but I feel like I'm not necessarily responsible for those yet. Like that's like a higher thing where it's like, oh, trauma. It's like, yeah, no, I get that. Like these are all the things that therapists and psychology has been studying for ages now, and I
Mhm.
definitely care about those things, but it's not under my umbrella. But when something is genetic, I'm like, oh, okay, that's a part of the code and
Okay,
I'm
okay.
responsible for that.
Makes sense. Okay. Ouais.
Right. So I started obsessing about it and thinking that it might be something that was innately genetic. And I think I sort of pushed it back around onto the team, because I Dave was the one that was labeling things like flex, friends, responsible. We used to call the number twos responsible and the number threes specialists. And we first talked about it very like kind of shallowly. And after that, I got obsessed with it. I think we both thought we were both number twos when we first got started, and
Okay.
that was kind of like our shallow understanding is like, oh, I'm definitely a two, and you know, we kind of went around that. Like it was obvious that I was a generalist. It was obvious that he was a generalist. That's all we talked about, you know. But um, then we just sort of put it away. But once I started really getting into it, and it was after I realized I was a one. And that was only once we had started like even talking about it in classes. I think we had done some Zoe, I don't know how to say her last name. Is it Zeldana or Del? Yeah, Zeldana.
So yeah.
I think. Yeah. She was a three.
Okay.
She's my type. She's my exact type, but a
Ah
three.
yes. Okay. The one in Avatar and all that. Okay.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So once we typed her, I remember like in the class being like, yeah, she does the same kind of flexy stuff I do. And I remember being like, oh, that's interesting. And then, yeah, after I realized I was a one, it took me a long time to process that. But once I got my accurate awareness of that, I started recognizing that there are binary coins to this,
Okay.
that there is something very different about generalizing versus specializing. Um, and you can't be shallow with it. Like our understanding of generalizing was like responsibility.
Mm,
And of course, if you're a specialist, that's like an insulting thing to hear. Like, well, I'm responsible. I'm just responsible for different things.
mm,
So there was like a lack of information because we had blind spots. And once I started diving into understanding things more universally, as NI does, like, oh, there needs to be a universal binary something going on.
mhm.
Then I started really diving down the hole of what is self drive versus tribe drive. Once I got that, then I felt like I started genuinely understanding the socials a little bit deeper. But it took me a long time, and I went through a journey. So yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty long to know the social, let's say, and yeah, me, I wasn't sure if they were real at some point, and
Yeah.
I saw them within not binary coin, but within functions. Like, I theorized something similar to the social type before you guys actually talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that like between axes, there were time in our life where we want balance with them,
Yeah.
or being extreme with them, and I thought that and it pretty matched the flex coin and the friends coin. So
Right.
I thought it was really interesting actually when you guys came in with the socials, because I saw something similar, but I thought it was developmental. I didn't thought it was fixed, let's say that.
Right.
But
Right. Like
over
a
time,
modifier.
yeah,
Like it
modify.
just seems like modifications until you can see like the binary of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure where what do you mean by modifier? Like,
I categorically talk about anything that isn't genetic as like a modifier. And for many years, until we saw that there was actually like a part for something, we thought it was just that somebody was really modified by their parenting,
okay, okay.
by their background, by trauma, by
Mm,
their birth order. We called all of those modifiers,
okay, okay.
and we saw things as modifiers before we knew about that you could have animals.
Mm-hmm.
We just thought somebody like, why is this person so extroverted
Okay.
as a ISFP, but this person is also an ISFP, but they're super introverted?
Uh-huh.
Oh, maybe they were modified.
Yeah.
Maybe they were modified. Like that's how we treated everything, but every modifier turned into a binary coin. And so, like,
Oh,
all the modifications just slowly kept turning into some other part that we just didn't know about yet.
okay. It's like you're peeling the onion, or like
Yes.
yeah, like dividing like into modifiers, and over time, like kind of trying to know the modifier and
Yeah.
seeing that it's in fact some part of it are genetic, let's say, over
Exactly.
time. Okay.
Exactly. Because we don't know. We're like discovering it as we go.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're trying to understand something or even label something as you're learning it. And if you don't know that this is something that is binary yet, because you don't even know that that exists
Mm,
until you get enough people. I think that that's what really helped us is the whole process of comparison, where we used relativity to be like, why is it was like the INTJs when we were like discovering different parts of the animals, where we're like, why are these group of INTJs so extroverted, and why are these group of INTJs so introverted, but
mm,
these all are alike,
yeah.
and these all are alike, and they're very different, so what's happening? It's
Mm,
like, oh, I wonder if you can have extroversion and introversion of the parts. And then we just started realizing that there was a breakdown of more and more add-on parts, which of course
mm,
made it more complicated,
yeah, yeah.
but that's how it was. It was interesting to watch it play out.
Yeah, that's what I like about OPS. It's really driven by data, let's say that. So
Yeah.
it's like you collect a little bunch of people, and over time, like you differentiate them, let's say.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, maybe like I really like your double blind test and all that. I understand that, but the saviors and demons, I wonder how you came up with that. Like it's the thing that really doesn't work so much in my mind. Like it's like, okay, I
Yeah.
understand how you like the double blind, like your But saviors and demon, I'm like, okay, how these guys really find like realize that? Like I'm like, wow.
Right. You are you talking about like the concept, or are you talking about the label? Like, why did we label it saviors demons, or the concept in and of itself?
More the concept actually, because I think that in a typology, people are more like skills versus non-skill. I feel like I'm like, okay, this
Yeah.
person is good at any, so it must be an any dominant. I
Right.
think it's
Can
really
you do
that.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think because they're really on in on cognitive functions, but with the guys,
Yeah.
it's more like saviors and demons is like a huge
Yeah.
step forward. I think like
That's such a good point, because that is exactly how I see, even in like the entire personality community is very skills based
yeah,
of,
yeah,
can you do this or can you not do this? Which
yeah,
is fascinating because I feel like that's never looking back at your own self and asking, can I do both of those things? It's
mm,
such an interesting phenomenon that we don't when we're looking outward, we're not checking back. Like,
mm,
oh, if you're savior SE, that means that you like to dance around and you like to play sports and
yeah,
you're
yeah,
very aware of your body, and like that's how like personality will talk about
mm,
SE, the function of SE. And it's like, okay, so other like where's the binary in that?
mm,
You either can dance around or you can't. Like,
mm,
you know, you can feel your body or you can't. Like, it's
mm,
assuming that there is an opposite of like, I can't do this. So I think by understanding and I know it's really annoyed people because it's such an NI statement, but like everybody can do everything.
yeah,
It it's it's like poisoning the statement of like I can dance or I can't dance.
mm,
I can jump over a fence or I can't jump over a fence. Like I bet
mm,
you there's some INTP. Yeah, look at Bill Gates can do can do jumps over chairs or something like that, or a jump
yeah,
over a chair. So it's like, yeah, that's of course you can. Of course, especially if you practice,
yeah. I can roller skate even if I don't
Exactly.
have a SE. Yeah,
Right, exactly. So there's just misunderstanding. And if you take it to a conceptual core, I mean, this is how I would do it with NI. I'm like, well, what's the core of SE then?
mm-hmm.
What is at the root of SE? Like, okay, let's go deeper. Okay, let's go deeper. Okay, let's go deeper. Is the body able to function in a completely different way? There's probably elements of that, yes. Like there definitely is physical body elements of those that have Savior SE where their body might be more geared to those kinds of activities, but that's still
Yeah,
not saying I can do it or I can't do it.
mm-hmm.
So when you look at things in that way, then you have to ask, then why would somebody be overworking a muscle versus underworking a muscle? And that's when hormones come into play. That's when wiring, brain wiring comes into play.
Mm,
And those are things that you can track. Those are things that you can physically watch somebody go through. And it's in all of our language. We praise our saviors, we demonize, and that's just coming from the brain's wiring to say, I want to do more of this one. So that's what the world should be about. And I want to do less of this one, and the world should not be about that. And
yeah,
it's very simple. It's a simple mechanism, but yeah, we when we started watching kids, I think the easiest to see were the like lead SC kids that would get on, and they were the first ones to do a lot of videos. I mean, you could see so many lead SCs on YouTube
mm,
started doing these like very open, very honest videos in their bedroom, just sort of crying or explaining something or explaining their fears. And we started studying for a long time like ghost stories, and recognizing that a lot of the lead SCs, especially demon feminine NI, a lot of them
yeah,
had a lot of ghost stories where they would talk about demons. And then what we realized is they were just talking about demon NI, the dark narratives. And it was starting to like that was sort of the most obvious example. And then again, when you take that same NI, that same conceptual understanding of like, do we all demonize our weaker functions are less rewarded parts of our brain, you know. They're not as rewarded. They're harder to access. They're
Mhm.
not given positive feedback from your brain. Are we all doing that? Is that something that we're all making happen? Are we demonizing these? And then are we treating our preferred functions like, guys, all we need are these two, this sword and this shield, that's all I need, and the whole world needs to praise me for this. I'm going to save everyone with these. And yeah, when you copy and paste that same concept, the NI concept, when you start copying and pasting that onto your own self, onto every other type, it becomes really easy to see. And now you're just watching for behavioral activity. When somebody's shrugging their shoulders, they're in an insecure state,
Mhm.
probably in a demon state. And now you just get the nuance of it as you pay attention to those two things over time. So, yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay. I wonder how you decide to go into this adventure. Like Dave said to you, like, okay, MBTI is real. I don't know, saviors and demons.
Yeah.
Let's collect data about people, and you were like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Yay, I can't wait.
like, like,
Yeah.
how it come up? Yeah,
Um,
that's
right. I know. So I'm a generalist, and I think one of the things I've always cared about was just having a team of people to work on
okay, okay,
something. I never cared what it was about. I
okay,
just wanted to work on something with a team of people that I got to have a leadership role in, where I could sort of, you know, care about the systems or care about, you know, the flow of things. So I could make a difference. That's what I cared about. So for 10 years, I was a wedding photographer, but it was very lonely, just sort of doing things by myself. And I mean, I
okay,
had other friends in the industry, so we would always second shoot for each other and trade. And I
mm,
loved that. But as soon as I started talking to Dave, I mean, I met him through friends, like
mm,
we knew each other. So I was basically asking him for help with social media, you know, at the time, because he had a big YouTube channel with RC.
okay, okay,
And yeah, he helped me with my wedding photography at the time.
mm,
And then we just got to know each other, and he was like, "Want to come work for me or want to come work with me? And you could lead our team." And I was like, "Heck yeah." So at the time, it was to just join about RC. Do I care about remote control foam planes? No, I do not. No, I don't. Not at all.
you recognize that you were a leader. It was like, come lead
Yeah.
our team. Oh yeah, okay.
Because he knew about Myers Briggs, and he had typed me. It was funny because we were trying to figure it out whether I was a ENFJ or an ENTJ, because
Okay, okay, wow.
we only knew about the letters at the time. And so
You were emotional, so that's why he was like
I don't
you.
know. It's funny. It's like I think a lot of people when I first got into the community, they thought because I laughed. This is
Oh
so
yeah,
dumb.
yeah,
Because I laughed all the time, I must be a feeler. I'm like, are you serious?
yeah.
I mean, now what we know, but yeah, he had to ask me, "Are you an introvert or an extrovert?" And I was like, "I'm an extrovert." That's what I thought. I thought I was an extrovert. It's like, Shannon, you hide from people all the time. I'm like, yeah, but when I go and I do my schoolwork, I have to go out to a public area where there's a lot of people.
Mm,
Now, I don't want any of them to talk to me, and I want to
okay.
sit at my own table by myself. But I'm an extrovert. It's like, okay, sure. But yeah, at the time, there was this one website where you could read profiles, and I read the profile of the ENTJ. I was like, ooh, that's me. That demon FI, that
Okay,
one's
okay.
me. That's the one I have a hard time with. So that's how we figured it out. But anyways, he invited me up. I started working with him with RC planes. At one point, I was having to be the one to figure out everything: the website, the forum, how to make instructions, how to build the actual planes. And I was building planes out of foam. The first
Building
one took
planes.
me
Okay.
6 months to figure out how to make a plan, take a plane and make plans so that other people could make the foam plane. This took me 6 months, the first one, and then
Oh wow.
eventually I figured out how to make one in a day. It just took me, you know, some time to come up with the systems. And did I ever love it? No, but it's just you systematize it, and the systematizing is fun.
Okay.
And then we had always planned on going into personality because personality was something that was more like human based. It was more
Mhm.
sustainable. People would care about that, but the RC community was having regulations on it, and that
Ah,
was not going to last. So we were like, yeah, let's go into personality. Once we did that, it was me and this one other girl that was an intern at the time. She was an INTJ. She was a sleep last INTJ, and she started saying, "Guys, if we don't get locked on to the functions, not the letters, we're gonna not really understand it. The functions are where the true understanding is at." And
mhm.
so I was like, "Okay, let me go study Carl Jung." So I started reading Carl Jung, and then I got obsessed with trying to understand the functions at the core. Because like the word feeling really bothered me. Just you're either a feeler or you're not a feeler. And I was like, what does that
Mhm.
mean? Like I don't have feelings. And so I just kind of got obsessed with trying to get to the core of what that actually meant. What does feeling mean? What does non-feeling mean? But then that just became the obsession. And then both Dave and I, we just got obsessed. We started talking it out. We started going to whiteboards, and it just was like nonstop 24/7. How do we understand this at its core? And I think the code became the obsession, not the business,
Mhm.
because we already had another business that we were focused on. And it was once once we got to the point where we were connecting, it's like almost like you get one crack, crack where you're like something else is here. It's not just about it's not just about these four letters. Like there's something really fundamental here.
Mhm.
Once you break open that first stage, which was recognizing that Carl Jung's cognitive functions and Tony Robbins' human needs were directly connected. Once we made that connection, that was like a very, very key puzzle piece to starting the entire journey because
Right.
now you can track that. You can track a human need. You can't track, oh, I'm a feeler. No, I'm a feeler. I'm feeling right now. Like you can't track that. And
Mhm.
then once you can track save your demon state, that now gets into an objective realm where you can see if somebody has a right hand or a left hand dominance. You can now track that. But other than that, you could because people could argue till they're blue in the face. No, I really do have this demon function. Yes, I know you have it. Of course you have it. Yeah, but I really want it. I really desire it. I really love it. And it's like, yeah, all of us do. But is that your dominant hand?
Mhm.
No. You're using it in a demon state. And yeah, once that came about, it didn't even become about do I want to work on personality or not. It became an obsession tracking this thing that was so fundamental. It explains everything. It explains why you're sort of similar to this parent, but not that one. It explains why you can't understand this sibling at all, but you can this one. It explains why some people just get you and some people have no idea what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Just ships passing.
So
So yeah,
you
that's what happened.
you guys realize it was fundamental when you connect the human needs with the
Yeah.
function? It's really when you guys were like, okay, there's really something there, and we have to do something about it, or
I think it just felt like I don't know. I don't know if this resonates, but like, when there's like I guess I could talk about this like as a any like if you can see that there's like a lock that you could pick and behind that lock is like answers to fundamental parts of reality of who you are or what the world is even about, like you have to pick that lock, especially if you're like, ooh, i think i might I think I might be able, if I spent enough time, I think I could pick this lock. Like it doesn't even matter what you're doing it for anymore. It just becomes about like I have to know the answer to this because there's something really here. And it's something that is a question that all of us, of course, want to know more about. Like, how does our brain wiring work? And the fact that we already knew that there were so many people already asking this question of trying to figure out what personality is about. Carl Jung was still, I feel like, in the middle of his journey of trying to understand it, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just sort of a fundamental human thing to want to know it. And if you get a crack in the, ooh, I could probably undo this lock, it just becomes something that you're sort of obligated to do, you know?
And after you open the Pandora's box and you're
All of the regrets.
yeah, all the regrets. Oh, I know the code down. What?
Yeah. Oh my God, what did I do? Yeah, exactly.
Some secrets are better left unknown.
Yep. Curiosity killed that cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
we no.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
But I was wondering if you guys think that the CIA know about this some
That
some
to
form
be
or
to be
something
determined.
similar. To determine.
To be determined, yeah.
Okay.
They may or may not know about it.
Or something similar, maybe.
I
I've
do
heard
know that
about
they
it.
use I do know that they publicly talk about using, personality systems. So it's not that they don't
Yeah.
even talk about that they use that. So I know that that's a publicly known thing that they do. So
And
yeah.
Andrew Bustamante, I think, that talk about using MBTI or
Right. Right.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I know for years they've been using all kinds of personality systems. Um, there's such a great Netflix. Have you ever seen Mindhunter?
No, no. Mine under.
Okay, so Netflix television series where they talk about sort of the beginning stages of when psychology got entered into the serial killer profiling from the FBI, like very early on FBI agents, and how they had to use psychology and how they're still using very complex psychology today, even when they go to interview potential killers and all that kind of stuff. Like they're using the psychology that they figured out by interviewing serial killers at the time, and they have this whole television series showing that sort of beginning stages. So they they started down that road, and it has done massive good and changes for the FBI, and a lot of their fundamental principles and what they train people to do is all because of those early stages. So they're definitely pro psychology, and they use it a lot, and it does a lot of good. It's how they're able to catch a lot of killers these
Yeah.
days, is because they
Yeah, the
don't use yeah they used those methods.
yeah, the profiles and visual typing for killers, I think, even that.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely
It's so hardcore, yeah.
yeah, I have there's definitely a few killers that I would like to do for a class. I've just debated it over time. Like, if I'm going to do one, I need to do a few of them that are sort of different types, because, you know, the community, the community will lock on to one. And if it's a
Yeah.
particular type, they get stereotyped really quickly. So it's something that I'm going to have to be responsible for, that I unleash on the community. So I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
like the playlist ISTPs or something like
Is that common? A playlist ISTP? Actually, I don't know. I know one particular lead TI guy, but I think he's an INTP. Let's see, that guy's FI. That guy's also FI. So it's not, no, not necessarily. I think a lot of the
that?
ISTPs, or I should say savior TIs that are playlist, they will have like a big giant explosive behavior. Um and yeah, a lot of times it's like school shooters, like the
Yeah.
play last energy, and then school shooter
And it's more
energy.
organized, huh? The type of crimes,
Right.
let's say that. Some are more
Right.
organized, some less, and some I don't know.
Right. 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 Yeah, because
Because
if you're play last, you're not going to be able to expend the energy that's consistent. It'll be a little bit more like, okay, I'm doing it. Okay,
yeah,
so energy burst, an inappropriate energy burst. So yeah, yeah. It's a lot of like, Yeah, I definitely want to at some point talk about the last animals, just like I'm doing like the lead functions right now.
Ah, yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, yeah, the last animal is a pretty big deal, and those of us that are introverts with the blast last or play last is a pretty big one. Is the stuff gets stacked and then not
yeah,
cleaned out. Like you start stacking, 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 and then not cleaning stuff out, not tracking to see if it's objectively true or objectively emotionally appropriate. Like stuff just keeps piling up. And that's what us introverts will cause because we just don't talk stuff out and
mm,
make sure that we're pinging it off of the external world to see if it's real or not.
yeah.
So, yeah,
And after we explode,
right. Exactly.
and that cause problems, then
Exactly. Exactly.
we get swept away by tidal waves.
Right. Yep. But hopefully, in time, some of us hopefully can learn from the explosions. But if not, they'll just double down and do it again.
Maybe we learn even more if you do it more intensely. It's like,
Yeah. Next
but
time, even more.
but maybe it's too much, and like you're a serial killer, and it's not good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations where I don't know enough about serial killers as far as like modifiers. I know some of them are pretty easy. Like, okay, they had a really bad relationship with their mother. That seems to be a common
Mm,
thing with serial killers. Not all of them, but it is a pretty common thing that they had a very destructive relationship with their mom. And okay, that's really interesting. That's a modifier. Like, that's not something that is a fundamental part of their
mm-hmm.
DNA. But that doesn't mean that there isn't like DNA of like killer DNA. I'm sure that there's a lot of energy spent on trying to figure that out, if there's actual genetics that is connected.
Yeah,
So,
there's still some parts that are more sensible to be led to sometime some kind of path, let's say.
right,
So
right,
some paths attracts more some, and
right,
yeah, paired with trauma, it's exaggerate that, let's say, or
right.
they put the fire. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, trauma. I would guess genetics could be a part of it. Abuse. And yeah, if it's a bunch of different factors, it's going to be something that would be hard to track because, you could easily just say with one of those factors, you could say, well, this person went through trauma and this person also went through trauma. This one didn't kill anybody and this one did. So, like, really quickly, if it's only one element that we're tracking, then it's easy to dismiss any one element. But if there are multiple elements that are all working together to create that outcome, then it is harder to track.
I've not seen studies on that, but might be interesting. Like they have all the arrow in the boxes, like all the factors, a
Yeah.
different factor, like
Yeah.
moderating the, let's say, the ratio.
Right.
But I have not
Right.
looked up with the serial killers, and I think
Right.
that type, like knowing type, and after injecting that in a lot of studies, I think it will clean out a lot of thing in science,
Right.
in my opinion. So yeah.
Right. I'd be curious. Yeah, I'd be curious. I mean, obviously, they don't have a ton of examples that you could go by. It's like, oh, well, are all of them lead consume? Are the majority of them DI? Are the majority of them introverted versus extroverted? And it's like, like it's kind of, it's
Just
like,
that is
what?
a lot of controversy.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I
exactly.
don't think the scientific community will want that data out, let's say, or I don't know.
You're right.
Maybe, but I don't know. Yeah,
You'd
I
need
think
a bigger, even if you just went through all the serial killers that you could, you'd still need a bigger, like, data set to really make any inferences. I mean, of course, you can pull some intuitive leaps out of it, but it would all just be fully guesswork that you couldn't rely on. Um,
mm,
but it still would be fascinating, to talk about it. Just to just to eliminate, like, okay, and I don't even know. I don't think it would be personally, I guess, from looking at it, I don't think that it is parts based, but I do think that the trauma that people go through is related to their parts. So it's like
Mhm.
this trauma affected this type in this way, and this is how they did their type of killings. Like, I think that all of the how they did the killings, how they were affected are parts related, but I don't think you can ever say like this one person is of this type is always going to kill. Although we do have a cluster of murderers in a specific type. We do have that. But again, it's not everybody I know of that type is a murderer. But
Do I have
it's
some murderers in my doc or in my comment?
um ENFP audio. No, your doc is more known for, like, the females of that doc is known for a lot of um transgender,
Oh,
gay, and bisexual energy in the female audio. That's what
yeah.
that group is known for. But no, I don't think there's any murderers in your doc. Sorry.
Oh no, I don't have the killer instinct. No.
Well, actually, I don't know. Actually, let me take that back because there might be some serial killers. I'll have to look into that. There might be some serial killers of
Okay.
your time.
No, it's not something to be proud of, but
No, I
I
know.
mean, I guess I don't care.
It's fascinating. It's
Yeah, it's
interesting.
fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Interesting, but doesn't mean it doesn't mean that's the thing about type, and I think that some people get a little wary of it, that they think that automatically what we're saying is that your pathway is determinate. And for me, it's like couldn't be farther from the truth.
Mm.
That to me, and I think it's hard when you start hearing how the NI talks about it, because we do talk about things very um binary and conclusionary when it comes to pathways.
Okay.
Uh, that everybody is a robot, everybody is one function, idiots, and they're always going to do their one function parts. I think it can sound like that, but and I've even felt that way, but it's not. I don't believe that worldview. I think the only reason I'm super invested is because there does seem to be a large portion of being able to actually take control over your destiny
Yeah.
by understanding your parts. Because if there is brain wiring that's doing stuff automatically, then and I have the capacity to take over that brain wiring my own self, then I want to be able to be in the control seat of my destiny. I don't
Mhm.
want my parts to determine the pathway for me.
Yeah.
And if this is sort of an automatic thing, like watching animals just automatically do their behaviors because of instinct, and we have that too, but we have this really beautiful capacity to gain consciousness and step outside of ourselves and look back at ourselves and go, wow, I do these repetitive
Mhm.
behaviors on autopilot. Why not hijack the autopilot? I think that that's kind of how I see it. The more you learn about it, the more you can, get in there and be able to take over, you know.
Wow, you're so insightful, Shan. Like everything you say is like on point.
Good. Good.
For my stream, it's bueno. I like
Oh,
that.
good. Good. Happy to
No,
be here. Happy to be here.
is there some people? I think there's two people or one. One. Come
Hey.
on, more people.
We got to do the blast. A trick I learned is to tell the Facebook group that I'm going live
Yeah,
in like 30 minutes, and I tell people that I'm going to go live, and I give
I
them the SI.
I did that, but they don't come.
Oh, yeah. And
What?
well, also consistency. That helps too.
It's like just a one-time thing. People are
Yeah,
not aware. Let's say that.
consistency. Yeah. They got to
Yeah.
know what they're showing up for. What's the value of what I'm going to get today?
I have to build some trust. I'm
There you
trustful,
go. Yeah.
guys.
Build trust. They got to know what burger they're coming to get from
Yeah,
your
true.
burger shop. That's good.
Oh no, three people. Wow,
Hey,
what happened? We just talked about views and
it's
now
because we
people
talked
come.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we sent that vibe into the universe.
the universe. Yeah, You should respond to us.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's good.
So yeah. So what are the type twins that you relate to the most?
Say that again. What are the types that I relate to?
Of your type twins, because there are a lot of your type twins. So
Oh,
I wondered about that. I was like, there's so
like
much
who
in
do
your
I
life.
relate to? Who do I
Yeah,
resonate with?
yeah, resonate. Yeah, more than relate, I guess. Yeah.
That's a good question. I feel like Rihanna is pretty great, but I feel like she has a level of badassery and that I don't think I quite embrace. I'm not sure I go to that level of um
Gangster or
badassness. Rihanna. Um Charlize Theron, I probably feel a little bit more like her
mm,
intellectually, emotionally and intellectually. I think I resonate with Charlize a little bit more because I
wow.
feel like Rihanna is so cool and I don't know that I hit that level of cool. um Annie Duke, I don't relate to at all.
Any
I think she's cool. I think she's great.
the
I
poker
don't relate
girl?
to her.
Yeah, the
Huh?
poker girl. The one
Annie,
doing
yeah,
poker?
poker.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I don't relate to her at all, but I think she's wonderful. I think she's great. She might be a 4. Maybe that's why I don't resonate, but I just think
Uh,
she's great. I think she's sweet, but I don't resonate with her. And let's see. Pamela Anderson.
oh.
Um I also don't relate to her even though I think she's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I admire her. I think she's brave. Um
Yeah, she's
but I
brave.
just
Yeah.
yeah, I don't resonate. I mean all of these I can see the functions. There's no question about that, but as far as like the modifiers, as far as like the other
Mm-hmm.
parts, like the rest of the goo that makes up a human, um and maybe maybe I haven't gotten to the level of maturity that Pamela has. That's probably what's going on. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's got a level of maturity. I mean, I guess I would say in her early days, I don't relate to that level of immaturity. I think she had a lot of like Barbie energy that I don't know that I relate to, but where she's at now, she has such a like peace and level of maturity that I probably haven't
Mm.
unlocked that level yet of just self acceptance or peace or something like that. Yeah, maybe that's what it is with Pamela.
Maybe that only comes with age, let's say. Yeah.
Maybe.
Some things only come with age. Yeah.
Right. She's hit some level of I don't give a fuck that I think is really powerful. And yeah, I'm definitely not there yet. But, maybe someday I will be, or at least I'm wanting to head in that direction, or I'm trying to head in that direction. So
Mm.
yeah. How about
Mm.
you? Do you have people that you resonate more with versus others of your type, or type cousins?
Yeah, maybe Sacha Baron Cohen and like
Oh,
Denis Villeneuve, maybe.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. People
And what
say,
about them?
yeah, sorry. What did you say?
What about them? Like, what about Sasha that you resonate with, and what about Denis that you resonate with?
Yeah, I mean, I think Denis most likely that he's like, I mean, from the same place that I am, lah, so I think it's more that, maybe that kind of genetic makeup, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
Some,
Culture.
yeah, culture aspect. I think Denis pretty chilled and
Mm.
yeah, I think he has a lot of SI. I think somewhat.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think me too. Me for some reason too. I think, but
Yeah.
and Sasha Baron Cohen. I just think I kind of look like him, so I'm like
Mm.
Sasha Baron Cohen.
Yeah. Right. The
People,
vibes.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, and I think Sasha is kind of explosive. Like he's pretty serious, but he's explosive with his funniness. Like say,
Yeah.
I think I'm like that too. Like I'm pretty mellow, serious, chill, and after I just explode like funny. I think I'm like that.
You get the feminine play energy, right? Is it like
Yeah,
explosive like that? Okay, that's interesting.
but I think Sasha is the one in the data that is the most like that. I think that serious mellow and after explosive or
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. do you ever struggle with like the observer paranoia type feelings, and then that kind of makes you feel bottled up, and then you go towards the play? Is that kind of some of the stuff that spurs it on, or is it just that you get bored with the repetition?
Yeah, I think I forced myself maybe to be more like go to school and be more serious all my life. Like
Yeah.
I think that because of that, when one thing when I think something is funny, I kind of explode or something. I
Yeah.
think I just learned to be more serious, and I don't know. I end up being more mellow because of that. I think
Mhm.
I yeah. I think growing up, I kind of realized that I actually mold myself a lot to the culture around me. So,
Mhm.
and it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't really try to be the funny guy or something like that. So I think that when something is funny, know that after I just kind of explode into that funniness mode, but I'm not the most used to it. Let's say
Yeah.
compared to maybe other ENFPs or
Yeah. Does it ever cause problems for you?
to explode, let's say, in funniness or
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, maybe yeah. Yeah,
Maybe.
I think I go too much to my FR. Like I suppress too much my play sometimes. So because of that,
Mm.
it bottles up. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not having the conversations that need to get had, and
Yeah.
then the blow up. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, that darn tribe.
The tribe.
The
No.
crazy tribe. Very cool.
But yeah, I mean, Charlotte Theron, I do see that to be honest in your type twins. I find
Yeah,
Charlotte
her
Theron
vibe.
very cool. Yeah.
Her vibe. I feel like whenever I see her in an interview, I feel like I can hear her dodging certain parts of questions that I feel like I like viscerally feel. I'm like, oh, I know what she's thinking right now. Yep,
Mm.
that's exactly how I would feel. Like the way she tries to communicate about something, I'm like, okay, she's trying to dial down to connect. She's trying not to just say exactly what she thinks. Like I can feel her energy, and it feels very familiar.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, with Rihanna, I just feel like she lets herself be like, "Oh, I hate that," and I'm like, "Oh, I love that about her." She just lets her FI be more,
Mm. Okay.
seen. Yeah.
Express or something.
Yeah, and from what I can see, like the reason it feels like that way with Rihanna, it just feels like she probably had parents that were accepting of her energy and a culture that was accepting of that energy. That's what it feels like with her. And with Charlize, it just feels like probably more of a similar culture that I grew up in,
Mm-hmm.
with either acceptance or non-acceptance of expressing the FI. So, yeah.
What was your background? Like, let's say that you think mold you like Charlotte Theron. Like,
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, for me, I have two generalizing parents. My dad's a 1, my mom's a 2, and they're both deciders, same functions as me. And I was a middle child, but I very much acted like the oldest child.
mm-hmm.
So my brother is a consume play blast ENTP number 4, and me being the play consume sleep number 1, I just sort of automatically, I was very autopilot. This is how my mom would describe me. She goes, "You were just always able to take care of yourself. You always were managing your own everything, like going to school, getting yourself up, everything." And for my brother, he needed the attention growing up, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just how it always was. So I sort of was the leader in that way. But out of my parents, my dad was an ENTJ, but he's a blast play sleep ENTJ. And he's very intense. Like it's a very intense type.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom is the consume play sleep ISFP, number 2. And she just does it all. Like she did everything. She took care of everything. She did everything. She just managed every single thing in the house, all of it. And so for me, I think the spectrum was like, don't don't be masculine TE. Like, don't go that direction. Be more this ISFP double feminine vibe. Like, go more that direction instead of the visual, intense, you know, blast play masculine TE number one.
Mhm.
So I think it was like having those as sort of like guardrails of like, go this direction versus that direction. I think that did kind of force a lot of self modification of like knowing that masculine TE is too intense. So don't just be
Ah,
full blown masculine TE.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And what kind of let's say background is like? I think you guys live in is it LA or like
Yeah.
East? Ah, okay, LA. Okay,
Yeah. LA.
okay. And LA. I mean, now I think they have problems with like people in the streets, but and like a division with money, like ultra rich, ultra poor. I'm not
Sure.
sure if you live that reality or something like that.
Yeah, I mean I think that's always been there. Obviously, if you go down to downtown LA, you know, you have Skid Row, which I think most large cities have that, you know, because you have a ton of people in one spot.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, there's always been that. My family has always had more than enough money. We have not struggled. Um, but interestingly enough, they're also like everyone in my family is some of the most giving people I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
And they like my grandpa, he just finds ways to give away his money. And that's just how he's always been. And he's been a very close person in my life that I've learned from. So I never saw wealth as a us versus them. It was never that way. It was, if I have wealth, I give it away.
Yeah,
If I have wealth, I give it to my kids. If I have wealth, I give it to my grandkids. If I have wealth, I give it. This money is not mine, you know? And I think that was driven very strongly by my family is all Christian. And the philosophy there behind it is this money is not mine. It was given to me by God. And they don't, they just, they just give it away. I'm going to leave this earth with no money, and therefore I need to find a way to gift it to someone else. So
okay.
I grew up in that kind of environment. Now it creates a net, you know, an unconscious net where you know you're going to be taken care of if something bad happens to you. So that's always like a background program that I've understood. But I also think as a one, I don't know. I don't know if this came from me being a one or not, but I always feel like I'm fully responsible for my own ship. And because I wanted to be more like them, where I was a generator so that I could give as well. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be able to give back to them because I had been gifted so much. I wanted to be able to give back. So that's kind of how I've always seen my role as well, not just to be a receiver, to find a way to be a giver. Um, but I don't know. I don't know what parts in me that got obsessed with that, but I think it was just sort of standing back and watching the family as a whole of being like, okay, which role do I want to play? I want to play that role. I don't want to play the role of just receiver. So that's been an obsession. But whether that's because of growing up in LA, I think it's just my family. I think I think mostly coming from my grandpa and my mom both being
Hmm.
the way that they are. They're yes, they're number twos, but I think that they had just received that in their FI. Their FI is locked on to
Okay.
I produce for others, I give to others. I think that that's just one of their fundamental values that they believe in.
It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still working on being as anywhere near as great as my mom or my grandpa. It's a lot to measure up to. They're so great. So yeah, I'm lucky.
The ideal can judge us people that we admire. Is
Yeah.
sometimes they can be a little too high, so we're like no, but work all
Right.
the way there, or
High standard. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. That's so true. I think I'm lucky. I think some people don't have people in their lives that they admire
yeah,
or look up to, and they have to like use a celebrity,
yeah, true, man.
which I still think is acceptable. That's super cool, but I just can't even believe how lucky I am to have like it's my mom, just like one of the most inspiring people I know,
Mm.
one of the most loving persons I know, and same thing with my grandpa. I'm so lucky that I get to have him in my life. He's 94 and I still get
Wow,
to hang around him.
94.
Yeah. Yeah. He's pretty great.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think my oh, I don't know. My great grandmother is 94. I think it's
Wow.
94. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Do you ever get to see her?
Ah, yeah, I see her every year. Yeah, in the summer.
Good.
Yeah, in her at her birthday. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's great. Yeah.
No, we will live old. I think people will put themselves in the ice to live even longer. Like, or
Oh, ice baths? What did
yes,
you say?
cryogenic or something.
Oh, cryogenic. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Freeze me. I want to
yeah,
live longer.
yeah. So you can be 94 and after you do cryogenic and after you live forever. So
There you
pretty
go.
crazy stuff.
Put me in a body that never dies.
Yeah.
Upload my brain program.
So did you think about that uploading, or do you
Uploading,
have does you have
uploading my
this
brain.
yeah, uploading your ring?
I'm not sure if my brain is worthy of copy and pasting. I don't know about that. You want to copy and paste this forever? Like, I don't know. I mean, I've done a lot of work on myself. I'm just not sure. Hey, maybe if I had more time, if I did have more time, I could really get good at my demons.
But I
So
think
yeah,
that healthy old people they don't mind dying. So I'm not sure if
right. There's something to that. So it's like,
yeah,
and that's how my grandpa is as well. Like he's been talking about dying since I was
yeah,
in my 20s. And I mean, we talk about it often now where he jokes about it. He's like, "Well, I'm only going to be around for like a year or two." And I'm like, "No, no, no, stop saying that. Do like 4 years. Tell yourself 4 years because your brain is listening." And then we just laugh.
okay, yeah,
But he's so ready. Like he's so ready. He did what he came to this planet to do, and it's
yeah,
pretty inspiring. Like I want to be at that point
yeah,
when I'm that age. Like, yeah, I did what I came to do. Like, oh, that's awesome.
yeah. I think
So,
that's the mindset. Yeah, to
yeah.
accept your death and yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
he
that's
has such a positive view on it. So, I think it's possible to get to where you feel like you've done what you came to do. Yeah.
what type he is. I mean, what type is he?
He's a audio consume play sleep ESFP number
Yeah.
2.
Okay, okay.
So, SEFI. So him and my mom are very similar because they're both consume play sleep. My mom is FISE double
Mhm.
feminine and he's SEFI audio and they're both
Oh,
number 2s. Yeah.
I think your
So,
mom is like the type of my best friend. I
oh
think my
really?
best friend is a social type too. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, ISFP, consume play sleep. Yeah,
Yeah.
double feminine. Yeah, yeah,
Really great type.
yeah.
Really just a really great friend. Yeah. Very loyal.
I was surprised. I didn't like. I don't know. Me, I was more with any dominant or NT people. Like, but this
Yeah.
friend, like, I was like, okay, he's actually not ISFP. I was like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's surprising. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what? Which kind of types are you friend with? Habitually, let's say that
Usually
over the
habitually.
years. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I usually get the masculine FIs that will uh, stick to me like a magnet. That's always been the case ever since I was young. But I would say my best friend, she's a blast, play, consume, double feminine, INTJ number 1. And we get along like gangbusters. Just we fully understand each other really, really well. Just as two number 1s, as Savior DE, like we very much understand each other. And I have I have several ENFP really close friends.
Oh yeah, okay,
So,
nice.
yeah, yeah. I have a really close um consume play sleep number 2 ENFP friend, and then I have a play last audio number 4 friend, consume sleep blast.
Okay, okay.
Um yeah, is that my usual? And then my mom is like my greatest friend. My grandpa is my greatest friend. So I definitely have a lot of my friends are introverts, but my closest friend is a sleep last. So yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, sleep last INTJ number one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Okay,
so great.
she's a boss.
She's
Boss
just
lady.
yeah, she's just very she's like I think I think, you know, as time goes on, I think people will understand ones more, but she's
Mm,
just incredibly giving to every person in her life. Everyone in her life is her responsibility. Um, and that's just her role. So, yes, she's absolutely a boss, but I wouldn't even define her in that way. I would define her as somebody that just doesn't stop giving to the people in her life,
okay.
just all the time, everywhere. And everything she does with excellence, you know, professionalism and excellence. So there's also that comes along with like the demand from the number one brain is it has to be done professionally and,
Mm, yeah,
you know, with the best of your ability, that kind of thing. So yeah.
yeah. I don't think number one are selfish. Like, I don't know. I never thought about it that way, to be honest.
Mm,
Like, I saw them maybe as boss or like seeing themselves as higher, but
mm.
not necessarily selfish. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's coming from the ones that are DI. I don't know if I see that universally because I know that other people will look at the ones as if they are higher, and then they'll project that onto them as they see themselves as higher.
Mhm,
I've never felt higher, ever, and when I talk to other ones, we don't even think about it.
mhm,
Like, I've never met another number 1 that is like, "I am at the top. I see myself as at the top."
mhm.
Now, I say that, but then I'm also like, "Oh, I'm totally responsible to be the leader." You know, like,
Yeah.
the contradictory, of course, but, like, I don't actually think I'm better than anybody else, but I do think that's my role. I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to lead. I'm supposed to do that. But I don't even it's not
Mhm.
like I'm like, "Okay, peons." No, I don't see it like that at all. I just see everybody as my responsibility, which is
Mm.
I think it's annoying for some people, like, "I'm not your
Yeah, yeah.
responsibility." Back off, okay? Leave me alone.
Back up.
So there's that.
But maybe it's like the social one and four. I think that sometimes they can be blind to the hierarchy in
Totally,
some sense. Like
totally.
weirdly enough, because they are on the poles. Like,
That makes sense. I've definitely seen that because
yeah.
I don't see I see other people playing the hierarchy game that
Mhm.
I'm not on purpose playing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I do. I know it yeah,
Hmm.
I know exactly what you're saying. That makes sense. Blind to the hierarchy. How interesting.
So now that we know that you're a one, and I want to know your plan to conquer the world. Do you have a plan to conquer the world?
Do I have a plan to conquer the world?
Yeah. It's too
No, fuck
secret
it.
or oh no, okay.
No. Let the world do its thing.
But
I just don't, you know, it's like I'm so busy in my own world
okay.
trying to just get to the level 1 higher than where I'm at, and I'm pretty low down right now, you know? I'm not high
Mm.
up at all. So I'm like, I have no business conquering the world because I have so much work to do in my own personal life.
Yeah, yeah. You're
I
too
have
busy to
no
think about
business
that.
taking my methods of self-ownership and imparting them onto others because
Yeah.
I'm not doing that great. You know, like I mean, I say that and obviously like I know I have come through a lot and that comes with
Hmm.
some set of wisdom and some
Yeah.
set of awareness it's not like I can't help others. Of course I can help others, but like the thought of the thought of me attempting to conquer the world, like no,
Mm.
no, I would not. I mean, okay, I let me back that up. Let me back that up. I have had thoughts of like, oh my gosh, I really wish I could get into the American government and just have some conversations
Okay.
about like budgeting. Like, man, I really wish I could like, okay, let's bring the guy that's the best in agriculture. Okay, let's bring the guy that's the best at, you know, this industry or that industry or whatever. Like, I want to get everybody together and I just want to consistently work out stuff so that we could heal
Mm.
the budget and heal areas of our country that aren't doing so well, that things that need to get paid attention to, things that don't need to get paid attention to. And I would love to get in there and
Mhm.
manage something like that.
Okay, yeah.
But the irony is, I don't even feel like I have enough NI to recognize where some of those changes would cause issues later on, where it's like, yay, I took out the budget for this, or I healed this area. But it's like, yeah, but in doing so, NI down the road, you cause these problems. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, maybe no one should listen to me. I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know enough. But I
And
believe I could do good, you
yeah,
know,
I
in my
think
belief.
we I think we all somewhat believe that maybe like
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
But I think that conquer the world is also too savior like think we want to impose our saviors on the world like
Oh, totally. Okay,
yeah.
so you tell me, because I don't want to impose my saviors on the world. I think that would
Oh
be a
no no
mess.
no no. Yeah.
Tell me how you want to conquer the world. What would you
Oh
do
but
if you were in charge of the world? What would you impose? No SI? No need for SI?
I
What would it
think
be?
I would say it's not my problem. Let the world burn.
Not my monkey, not my circus.
No, I think there's some stuff that can be done better or more
Yeah.
optimally, but there's some stuff that I personally don't know. lah. So,
Yeah. Right.
but
Right.
there's area that I'm like in Quebec, I would like us to be a country. lah. We're stuck in Canada, so like we
Yeah.
should be a country and like
Because it's so different from the rest of Canada. Is that why?
not so much, and not a lot of people. I mean, now I think young people are more on board with it, but
Mm.
like a lot of previous generation, like they are fine being within Canada. lah.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of amp up right now that younger generation want more to be a country rather than in Canada. lah.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So yeah, because we're French and we have different values and all that. So
Right.
yeah,
Right. That makes a huge difference, like a language barrier and cultural barriers to make the same laws for both is a little strange, I bet.
we're still very North America and very English like.
Yeah.
Kind of a strange mix, but yeah.
Culturally, yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
we're
sense.
still very Anglo, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Compared to France, let's say, like France or in Europe, like yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. The culture is its own mixture. How interesting. It gets dang cold there, doesn't it? Are you dealing with
Uh, yeah,
some snow?
minus. Yeah, this week is crazy. I think it's like minus 20 or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not that cold habitually. It's more like minus 12 or minus 8 or something like that.
Most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just in the winter, like for like 4 months, and after it gets pretty hot actually in the summer, like 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
actually
I've
pretty
lived
hot.
in -25 and it's no joke. You go outside and your nose hairs freeze. It's instant. It's so cold.
Yeah, yeah. Like
You're like surprised that the car can still drive, you know?
yeah, if you don't drive the car, you have to like go there and start it. Like, to not
Oh yeah.
for
Yeah,
it
that's
to
right.
start. You go in the morning to go to work and it doesn't start. You're like what?
Right. The thing froze. Everything froze.
Yeah. So oh yeah, you were in Seattle, huh? That's why it's cold there in Seattle or
I mean, I used to
yeah.
live in Portland, but that's not
Ah,
where I
Portland,
was
yeah, close to
for
Seattle.
minus
Okay, yeah.
25. Yeah. Just in the north. It was in the north area. Very, very cold.
Alaska.
No,
Okay,
Montana. Really, really cold.
Montana.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think it's Dave's dream to go to Alaska and fly planes.
Oh, that's right. It is. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like someday be one of those seaplane operators, and then that's his business. That would be a pretty good one for him, actually. Yeah, maybe he'll do that someday.
One is old.
Yeah.
We all have some, and I mean maybe we don't have some, but me I have some project when I will be old. Like I want to write books when I'm old. So
You could
yeah,
start today.
I can start today. True. But I'm like when I will be like Gandalf or like Dumbledore with a long beard,
There you
like the
go.
wisdom will just write itself on the pages with my beard.
There you go. I love it.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, do you have some project like that when you're old, like
Mhm. I
or
mean,
to
I've
go to?
always wanted to live out of some kind of like um,
Oh,
trailer or RV and just travel, like travel
okay.
far and just sort of live in my travel van to just go all over the place. It's not necessarily a project, but um, that kind of lifestyle seems interesting to me. Like the thought of like working online and also experiencing different parts of the world, you know. I think
Mm,
that that sounds ideal, which I will do that someday once I get some other, establishment type things done, you know. I think once my son graduates high school, then I won't feel as like I got to be stable for at least the next few
oh,
years, but then after that I can be less stable.
oh, you're doing it for your son to some
Yeah.
degree, oh, that's nice again.
Yeah. He's with me full time now, so I'm like, okay, I'm here, not moving for a set number of years so that I can be stable. And then after that, I can move around or do whatever after that. But yeah.
Uh, I did an interview recently where I mean Alison, the community. I don't know if you know her. ISTJ Blastlas, and she said
Okay.
the
Yeah.
same thing. She said the same thing as yours, that she want to move around in the van and explore and
Yeah.
do remote working. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
maybe the Blastlas dream, or I don't know, maybe just the
Right.
dream of the modern world. I don't know.
Have a cozy place that you can then
Yeah,
do
yeah,
the play energy.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't mess with my cozy though. I think that's what's hard is like if you go to a foreign country, you're just like, I don't know, how is the bed? How is the shower? How is where's my
The
stuff, you know?
comfort. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you speak another language or just English or?
Just English. I
Yeah.
mean, I learned a lot of Spanish. If I
Oh,
went if I went to Mexico, I could pick it up probably, but
okay.
not not now. I wouldn't be able to, but
Okay.
I'd be able to pick it up fairly quickly because we did a lot of missions trips when I was growing up. Our youth group did that a lot, and we would go down there and work with the orphanages and stuff like that. That was a super meaningful time. And yeah, you pick up real
Oh, wow.
quick how to
Yeah,
talk the language.
just an experience. You just
Yes,
throw someone like 3 months in like a country and they can learn it. Like
exactly,
it's pretty
exactly.
amazing.
Yeah,
Like if it's for survival, actually, like
right, exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
you learn quick.
Yeah. I mean, I studied a little bit of German, but I can only tell you the numbers and, how to ask for ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Was
okay,
ist
yeah,
was
yeah.
ist das? Das ist ein Eis. Ja, komm her da, ein Eis.
Oh, okay.
And then just the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And
Oh,
then
that's
you just
amazing.
keep going from there. Just dumb stuff. Nothing that will get me anywhere. Nothing that will help me in Germany. I've been to Germany and
Oh, yeah,
I did not use 1 ounce of my word knowledge. Most people speak English, especially the tour guides and stuff like that.
yeah.
So
No,
haven't
today's
really.
world, if you're born, with your first English, you're like you can do pretty much everything. You're not really.
Right. I feel kind of bad about that because there's probably some kind of like resentment of like I had to learn this really difficult language.
Yeah,
But I
true.
do appreciate it when I've traveled. I really appreciate that
Yeah.
everybody kind of knows English. So Yeah, but I don't know. There's advancement in technology these days where you can
Ah,
put your little earbuds in and learn. The new Apple Pros are pretty interesting with their language understanding. So
yeah.
I'd be curious to try that out. I haven't actually tried it out yet, but
I
I'm sure
thought
that that
you I thought you would mention like Neuralink, but okay, they just Apple they have something in your ears. Okay, I didn't know that.
yeah, it's new. It's new with the new Apple Pro,
Okay,
and they don't have all of the languages yet, but they're coming. So I think that that's a pretty interesting advancement that seems like
okay,
that will get more advanced over time since they're already poking at that area and they already have the hardware for it. It just feels like something that the software would get more and more advanced over time. So I'm excited about that. By the time I have my trailer and I'm traveling,
yeah, that's true. True. Amazing.
all the technology will be right where I need it to be.
Will be for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have some things to talk about, or
The
maybe
ops stuff. Do you want to learn
absolutely
more
again?
ops? Do
Okay.
you have any more
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
burning ops questions?
Burning ups question. Huh. I talk about the CIA. I had that on my notes.
Yeah, CIA seems to be the area that like that would be the most effective use for it. Of course, FBI would be good too, but it does seem like it would be more tailored to CIA.
Mm.
Yeah,
The Chinese, maybe they have a better code.
maybe. That'd be good to know. Maybe they're watching us.
Yeah, yeah. Or the aliens, maybe the aliens. I figured
Yeah,
out the OPS like years ago.
yeah, they already know. They've
Mm.
already opened up our brains and understood all of our hormones and wirings, and
Yeah.
they knew it long ago when they were beaming us up in their ships.
Oh my god.
I'm trolling. I don't know what they've been doing. Who knows?
Panic. No. Okay.
Oh God, what? Yeah, no,
No, I,
no.
I mean, I do see saviors and demon maybe as instincts, like they're more instinctual, let's say that.
Interesting. Yeah,
And I think like in typology they see it more like as cognition because Carl Jung said the cognition.
yeah,
But I think that instincts are deeper than cognition, so I think that's actually what went missing in a way. Like I
yeah,
think for some reason Carl Jung said instincts with archetypes, but with
yeah,
with types he said cognitive function.
yeah,
So I don't know how. I'm not sure what he thought there. I know his opinion about archetype evolve a lot with the years. And
yeah.
it's kind of hard to read sometimes. So he kind of contradict himself. Like he said,
I know.
sometimes archetype are like just instinct. Sometimes they're more inexperience. Sometimes they're
Yeah,
really just up there.
yeah,
Like they're more like Plato's form or something like that. So it's
yeah,
very
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
But
I think his
yeah,
NEFE locked on to the archetype. I think NE in general is very interested in archetypes because it feels like an intuitive map that gets laid over the
uh,
understanding of human behavior. And when you connect FE to that, it seems to be the study of how we emotionally connect to each other archetypally. So it's the NF, which is the most like people driven functions. And then when you turn them extroverted,
mm,
um, that seems to be much more interested in the emotional archetypal game. And that's down the road of Joseph Campbell. That's
yeah,
his functions, NEFE.
Joseph Campbell too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he's NEFE, double activated NEFE, he's sleep last. So you have just the most aware of, the most interested in the cultural, the phenomenons of the
mm,
patterns of the culture and sort of just being open to and gathering those kinds of patterns. So the hero's journey, any kind of archetypal understanding, you know, certain quadras, certain, just anything that could be gathered like a map to help the stories of what it
mm,
means to be a human.
Yeah,
The
true.
struggle would then be to narrow it down to come to any kind of like umbrella that understands it all, which is sort of the NI function that does that, you know,
Mm,
that sees them all connected in binary ways. Which is why some of Carl Jung's stuff doesn't have the conclusioning that like an
yeah,
NI function would do,
yeah.
but it's still a beautiful grab bag, you know. It's a really interesting grab bag to pull from, I think. So yeah.
No, you guys really narrow down Carl Jung to some degree. I would say. Like anything with the human needs, I think it was like the next progression because like I think identity tribes are very like fundamental categories. Like they really embed like a lot in a category. I would say.
Yeah.
So I think that it's quite kind the natural progression with the cognitive function because
Yeah.
I think it makes it more symbolic. Like, let's say I think.
Right. 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 I do feel like any and NI can't exist without each other if we want to get a full picture of the categorical pattern realm. Like you can't have one without the other. The
Yeah.
problem with NI is that it really can't start from nothing. And that's what's interesting about it. You're like, well, but it's an introverted function. So what's the problem? I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't be able to start from nothing. It's like, no, it really does have to have a gather bag of something
Huh.
to pull from in order to narrow it down. When I read Carl Jung's stuff, my brain automatically was like, oh, all of the introverted functions are the same. That was the thing that I pulled from his stuff. I pulled that all of the introverted functions are the same, all of the extroverted functions are the same. And that's what I gleaned from his stuff. I can't just accept his extroverted patterns and see them as individually interesting. My brain has to see
Mm-hmm.
what is similar and what are the binaries here. And yeah, what I pulled from his understandings of FI is the same understandings as NI and the same understandings as SI, NTI. It just seemed like it was all stuff that was subjective and stacking and very black and white versus the extroverted functions, which are gathering and spectrum and more objectively pinging for the purpose of being able to see from A to Z. And it goes shallower. It's not as stacking, it's gathering and piling and looking for the best version, but still not black or white. It can't be black and white. It's literally looking for all the way from black to white and all the gray in between. So those are the extroverted, and that's what I pulled from his stuff. And I never, ever, ever would have been able to come up with that on my own. It's only because of the information that existed that
Okay.
he had already been, you know, pinging and pulling from, you know, extrovertedly.
Okay, interesting. Like the introvert build on the extrovert function, like
Yeah, seems like
oftentimes.
that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Which is weird because it's like, well, the introverted function is coming from the self. So why can't it do it by itself?
Yeah,
But
that's the source of some kind. Yeah,
right. It
yeah.
feels like but it's an organizer. And so if there's nothing to organize, you
Mm-hmm.
know, then it sort of sits there and waits for the information to get fed to it, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, another question about OPS. What do you guys think about visual typing? Were you guys traumatized by that, or like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's one I don't like to talk about a lot only because in the early days there was a few people that would punish us for it. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
especially if you have Savior SE and like you think that people are not actually doing NI, you think that they're just visually going, you have blue eyes, therefore you're this type. Like it kind of spooks them
Okay.
a little bit. And that
Uh-huh.
happened a lot in the early days.
You type me like this, and
Yeah.
like it's just
You're
because I
only
look
typing
like
me because I
yeah,
look
yeah,
like that other
yeah.
celebrity.
Uh-huh. Oh,
But it's also true. It's just really hard for the human to accept that we actually look like people of our type.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also hard to communicate the double observing aspect of it. Like, of course, it's not just that you look like this type, because if that were the case, you would get it wrong all the time. Dave and I had the most opposite view of like, this person looks like this other type.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people think that we automatically had very simpatico, like we just
Yeah.
absolutely not. We
You're
were
the
the
same
most,
entity. Yeah.
yeah, we were the most this you could ever
Okay.
be.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, that visually looks like an ESTJ. He's like, no, it doesn't. That visually looks like this. Like, we were never
Mm-hmm.
automatically in agreement. And so, and of course, if you're patient with it, you can see like actually they do kind of look, oh, that does look like an ESTJ. Okay, yeah, maybe it is an ESTJ. So you the amount of it can mess with you,
Mm-hmm.
like to go off of visuals only is,
Yeah. There's
yeah,
some weirdos or like outliers like in the
right,
data like or
right,
some that look more like another thing or
right. Yeah, like red hair was a really good one for a while where we hadn't seen anybody outside of certain types that had red hair. And it's like,
mm,
just because you haven't seen it yet doesn't mean it doesn't exist, you know? And since then, we've seen ENTPs that have had red hair, you
yeah.
know, yes, the ISFPs, yes, the ENFPs, ESTJs, those are all
Mm-hmm.
common types. But, you know, I've seen INTPs with red hair. It just, it happens. So, yeah, that's definitely one
Mm-hmm.
that was, that could trigger you into the wrong type if you're not actually doing the work to type someone. That's where that's the hard stuff. You have to actually be able to see, is this the person's functions? But I think the better, I don't know, I went through a journey of typing, and I do see a lot of people go through the same journey of typing where it could take you forever to get past stage one. And stage one is, um, I want to just come in and be like, bam, done. They're obviously this type,
Mm-hmm.
slam down. And that seems like it's a very, very human thing. And they like, the human wants to just come in and be able to Darren Brown and just go, you are this type. And so visual typing is a very appealing
Yeah.
shortcut.
Mm.
It really is. But that's not even to say that it doesn't help you the more you hone in your actual typing skills. Um, it
I think
does.
I think it helps you not be biased too, like because
Yeah.
some I think we all kind of visual type. I think
Right.
a little
Right.
bit. So being aware of it's like you're aware that you might be biased in some kind of ways.
Right.
Like yeah,
Right. Yeah. Guillermo de Toro is a good one. I was like, oh my
okay,
gosh, this is an ENTP.
yeah, yeah,
And turns out he was.
mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, well, but then am I making him that? And it's like, if you have not gone through the absolute pure hell that it takes to make it through obsession with biases, I
Mm-hmm.
believe I'm right. The second I walk in the room, I'm obviously right. Bam, done. I want to be done in seconds. I want to just be like, that's what type they are, done. And I went through a long period of time where I would do that in person,
Mm-hmm.
where I would just be like, oh, you know, at the grocery store, oh, there's an ENFP, there's another ENFP, done, obviously, you know, and there's no punishment for that.
Mm-hmm.
You could just get away with doing that and tricking your brain to believe you have these answers from God, and no one's going to check that. So it's okay that you can continuously do that.
Yeah.
And you're always right, says you,
Mm.
you know.
I,
So that's a time period you make it through. But then you go through the hard work of, I call it like typing by braille, or I
typing
love
by what? Sorry,
typing by
typing
braille.
by braille. Okay,
Yeah, like blind.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Have
okay.
you ever seen The Italian Job? It's a movie with Charlize Theron in it. The Italian Job.
Italian? No, I not seen it. The
Okay,
Italian job.
so it's a movie where they steal they rob some rich guy, you know, and she is she has to do the combination. She has to actually pick the safe. And she's used to being able to do it in her job with all these tools. She's got all her ST,
Mhm.
usually. I have this kind of, tool, and I have this kind of tool, and I have this kind of tool. Where at the end of the movie, of course, it's the wrong safe. It's a different safe. It's an old school safe. You can't use your tools anymore. You can no longer use your shortcuts, right? She has to do it by sound. And it's a much more intuitive process. It's a much more feel. It's a much more like get in there and do it by sound. So you have to
Mhm.
do it by hand. And I think about that process a lot where great. If you have your tools and it works out for you, that's really awesome. If you have your shortcuts, that's really great. And if that works out for you, but if you can't do it by hand, then when you get a tough one, you're not going to be able to make it through a tough one because you have
Mhm.
to just be able to go back to the fundamentals of, is this in a savior state? Is this in a demon state? What function am I hearing right now? Are they in a savior state with this function? Do they even have this function? I remember when I was typing the Joseph Quinn kid, I thought he
Ah,
was an
yeah.
ENFP,
Mhm.
and it threw me when I was hearing FE. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, doesn't even have FI. Now what do I do? So then you have to go back and start over and let your brain release from what it thought it was seeing. And that's a whole process to mentally work out.
Yeah, I thought he was like Robert Downey's kid.
Yeah,
He looks
same.
like Robert Downey's kid.
That's what I thought. I thought it was RDJ. Yeah, and then I heard FE and I was like, "Oh, okay.
Show that. Yeah.
I now know nothing." And when you have a bias for something, it is really easy when you go in and you just see all the functions and you're like, "Okay, that was a lineup."
Mm.
But there is a you get to the point where you can know when you don't know. If you can get to where you know that you don't know, it's a great place to be. Where you're like, I am not getting this person correct and I know it and I don't know what they are. I just know that there's not a lineup. I'm not hearing them. I'm not in a place where I'm hearing them. Maybe I'm off or I got weird videos. That's a thing too. So, yeah.
Yeah, it must be a nightmare for you guys at the beginning, like all the the weird videos and just the
Yeah.
crappy audios and
That does get hard. Yeah.
the emails out of nowhere that are about everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Pages and pages and pages. This one time I slipped on a banana peel and then my mom said this and then my dad said that and then I got a job here. What type am I? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Somebody that writes a lot.
Somebody that is crazy.
I don't know. You kind of like everyone's a little crazy. That's
Yeah,
definitely something I've learned while
yeah,
typing
yeah.
people.
True, yeah, true, true. Everyone is crazy.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny getting on the other side of the fire hose of humans. When they do these videos, you do see somebody at their vulnerable states. The
yeah,
social cultural filter is off and yeah, everybody is just a crying kid in their bedroom. That's what it feels like. Like everyone is that way. So,
vulnerable.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see. There's somebody writing in the chat.
I can't see
Hello.
the Oh, I'm
Oh,
in
what?
private chat.
I have to
Let's see.
connect. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
But
hey,
I
look at
can't.
this.
I can't write to you.
I saw chats.
You
Oh,
saw
I
chat?
can't write either. Why can't I do the
I
chat?
don't know. Me too. I can't write. So I
I don't see a little chat box.
rip.
Venta Vixen. Hi, Venta Vixen. I can see your chats. Thanks for
Yeah.
hanging out.
We cannot write back, but you can hear us.
I can
I hope.
chat private. Let's see. What is this? Oh, chat with everyone in the studio. Hello, everyone. I think it's going to send it to you. Everyone in the studio. Hello. Let's see what that says.
Okay, I can, but not on Twitch.
Who is that a photo of? That's really funny. Oh, look, there's someone else. Hello, symbolic types. How are you? I really like your stream. Oh, that's very nice. I can hear you, man.
It's me as somebody types, not the. It's not another person.
That's another
Yeah,
ST thing you get to figure out later. How do I do the chat?
yeah.
That might be something you have to enable.
I can't outstream yards, but
I love StreamYard.
I would love on Twitch. Like at the same time, I have a hard time seeing that.
Oh, right. Yep. You're on Twitch and StreamYard. Yeah, I see all the
Yeah,
comments coming from Twitch. Cool. That's super cool.
yeah.
Well, hi
So
everybody.
I mean, I know that we have two people in the chat now, but I don't know. Do you have time for more or?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, nice. You're done for a lot of hours. You're so kind. Wow.
Yeah, I'm chill. I usually go for way too long on my live shows. So
Yeah, it's true. I saw that like the 2 3 hours. Like, wow. Even
yeah. Oh
even
yeah.
four, even 4 or 5. Some
Oh yeah. When we
the
did
beginning.
the like buddy time,
Yeah.
that would last a long time. Yeah.
Wow.
I inflicted that on everyone. It's a lot. It's a lot to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
How have you improved with the blast and doing like a lot of hours of streaming or videos? Like
Right. Um,
let's say for me, like how to help me out with that, like how to
yeah.
do more hours or something.
How
Yeah.
to do more hours?
Yeah.
Um, so for me, the hardest part is getting the slides ready ahead of time. That is like mind numbing because a it's forcing the structure, the beginning, middle, and end of a topic that I want to talk about. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, that's where it gets to be the most draining. So by the time I show up live, I've already done all my work.
Hmm.
So yeah.
You're prepared.
Yes, and that's the part that just is mind numbing. So having to prepare is mind numbing. It's definitely really hard. But but my classes are not hard because it's the same structure, it's the same exact thing. I just let the person tell me what type they are, and I just
Hmm.
show, all right, here in this moment is this function. And if I find something that I want to blast about, then I will push myself to talk about it, even though it feels awkward to be
Hmm.
like, okay, I'm going to blast about this thing right now. That always feels awkward. But I know if I don't do that, then people don't learn to see how to type. And that's my goal. And therefore,
Hmm.
I just find ways to do it. So, but when it comes to topical stuff, like when I actually do, like, okay, I'm going to talk about observer versus decider, or I'm going to, anytime you see me doing slides, like the week before, the month before, it was really draining because my brain is very ADD brain. Like it's very much like I have 50,000 things that my brain is wanting to focus on. And it's really hard to come up with the beginning and middle and end and as deep as I want to be able to go on a topic. Like I feel like I can't talk about something until I've gotten to the core universal pattern, deepest understanding core of the pattern to then be able to talk about it. And sometimes I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready to talk about it yet. And
Hmm.
like I kind of forced myself to be ready with these lead function ones. Like I've said I'm going to do lead FI now and I'm like, "Oh shit, now I actually have to do it."
Okay. Well, do your PowerPoint like works on your mind
Yeah.
like the OI is like all the structure like you have to
Right.
see those and
Yeah.
before to really digest them. Let's say that.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So like a lot of times what I'll do is at least now, it took me a long time to get to this point, but in the beginning, I just really had to wrestle with my brain for weeks before I was able to know what I wanted to say. But now I gather points, I gather conceptual points in a more shallow way. I guess it's more any like I am gathering conceptual points and I sort of put them in a bullet point
Mm-hmm.
notes of like, okay, something that I know about FI is the uh, you know, the struggle with the ideas that get stuck in their head from the tribe. Okay, they don't want to involve the tribe um in some of their things that they're working on because they don't want to get moved by the tribe. Okay, so there's some contrarian element. So I'll just put these like bullet point understandings that I've gathered from just watching thousands of FIs or having FIs in my life for decades or my whole life, and just pull from these conceptual elements and then just start.
Never.
And the thing is, if I have 100 of these conceptual points, a lot of them are like, these are the same,
Yeah.
these are the same,
Yeah.
these are the same. And then once I get those clusters, I then need to create a an order to the information where it's able to be told like a story,
Mm.
because you can't just talk about something that doesn't flow from one thing to the next. Like, where is this going? Where is this book going? You know,
Yeah.
if I start off with the most interesting point and I end off with the least interesting point, then there's no emotional roller coaster that the tribe is going on. Like, this doesn't feel right. It's jerky or
Mhm.
it's jolty, or there's no thorough, there's no line through it, you know?
Mm.
And so conceptually, I try and put the stuff that is just sort of sensorily fundamental building blocks in the beginning, just so that we can sort of build like kindergarten, where you're like, okay, what are we even talking about? Where are we at? And then you go through the struggle of something just like you would any story, any episodic television, any movie, any book, any really good book. You're now getting into the thick of it where you're figuring out the problems, the loopholes, the situations, the issues, the fears, the anxieties, the struggles of all of it. And
Mm.
then you want to always end off of like, wow, that was stressful, but like, what do I do from here? So
Mm.
I'm not leaving this story or this movie in a negative state. I want to feel like I can do something about all of this information that I just learned, because that was heavy, you know?
Mhm.
And so I always try to leave off with some sort of like, here's what I do. I don't have it all together, but here's the homework that I do on myself. Here's the emotional struggles that I deal with this particular topic. Here's some of the inspiring people that I've seen that have these functions, so that it leaves in a more hopeful story. But
Mm.
that's just that's the storyline that I figured out over just doing the reps on it. That I wanted to create a storyline when I was speaking. But
Oh, nice. Okay.
yeah,
It feels like NF also, like the blast and the NF, like a
yeah. I
fluctuation
can't do
point
blast
or
without
sorry.
doing the NF. The sleep for me comes right before
Yeah,
blast.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes that's what is tricky, right? It's like
Yeah,
me too.
yeah.
Sometimes I think I do blast, but I do sleep, or I think I do blast, but I do play. It's like
Yep,
it's like
yep.
there's really barriers in your time. Like dang, dang,
Right.
cannot go to your last actually.
Right, like for you, it would be easier to interview people than it would be for you to have your own like bullet point PowerPoint
Yeah,
presentation
it's more
where
play, I
you're
guess,
speaking
or
on a
yeah,
topic. Yeah.
yeah. I practice actually going to class and just blast at the board. I actually
Yeah.
really like to do that, but
Oh, good.
it still feel like sleep to me. Like I don't know,
Okay.
talk in a tunnel just in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's very hard to go to the last function.
I
I've
know.
noticed like insane.
Yeah, for me it felt like pulling teeth, because every time I'd go towards TE at all, it just would go back to play where I'm like gathering other people's perspectives. I'm like, no, that's not, I need to be able to narrow this down. Now I'm just adding more information to the pile that I then have to organize and clean up later. So it was stressful. Yeah.
Hmm. As a generalist, do you have other businesses or at the same time as OPS or? Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now I'm doing real estate, and I'm building a back house on my
Okay.
grandpa's property for renting. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
that's, yeah, it's pretty crazy because I don't know anything about it, but my job is I write a lot of checks. That's my job. I'm the check writer. I just have to, okay, this architect wants this, this. this
Okay.
contractor wants that, this permit person wants this. It's just like that's what I do. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, it was fun though because I got to decide how the floor plan laid out and all that kind of stuff. And then as soon as we're done with this property, I'm gonna see other properties that I can purchase and probably start the same journey again of building on the property for rental, that kind of stuff.
You
But
have
yeah,
been doing this for a long time, or
about a year, so not a
oh,
long
okay,
time. Yeah, not a
okay,
long time, but I enjoy it. It's uh it's interesting. It's not my like if I were to specialize,
yeah,
if I were to actually specialize, it would be something art oriented where I would be
uh,
either doing photography again or painting or something art oriented. But I don't know. These days, it's really hard for me to go towards specializing because I feel like an absolute rejection to working on something that I can't systematize, like even
yeah.
hobbies, which is kind of disappointing.
Okay, okay.
I'll get there eventually. I know I will because I'm determined, but it is hard for me to work on anything that isn't able to
Uh,
be turned into a business.
yeah, something. Everything has to be productive or some kind.
Yeah. It's kind of sad. Like I used to feel like and a lot of it I was able to do through my college and stuff like that. Like if I was forced to do it through college, I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
it
okay.
was great. I loved college because it forced me to do specializing to some degree. Even though I had 5 different majors, I was specializing in each of those 5 different majors.
I think I heard it at some point. You did 5 majors, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like art, communication, business, like something like that.
It
Like
was
three.
business, architecture, in
Right? Okay.
fine art, fashion, graphic design. Wait, hold on.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said five. I think you said
Did I
five.
do 5? Okay. I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like I
Graphic
missed.
design, architect,
Yeah.
business, fine art,
Yeah.
and I don't know the other one, but you said it.
Fashion. Yeah, I
Oh,
did fashion.
fashion. Yeah, fashion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did fashion. I did a lot of sewing and fashion illustrating. And then interior it was interior architecture, not architectural engineering. It was interior architecture
Wait.
and graphic design, which I did all of these as a business at some point. I used all of
Wow.
them. I did work as a graphic designer for a while. I did do fashion illustrating for a while. Um, one of my classes was photography in my graphic design um, major, so I did that for a while. I did do interior architecture. I helped a lot of people um, build some interiors to their home, which that's what I'm doing now. Like I was able to do
Mhm.
the floor plan, so that was kind of fun.
Oh,
I used it again. So yeah,
yeah. I really like that about the social one. Like they specialize and they study and they also do the generalized. Really cool.
yeah,
The
yeah.
four. I
I
mean, I
love
guess
it.
the four can do that, but I don't see them doing that way. Like
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. Like yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think I love being able to generalize. I love systematizing stuff. There is a sadness to like not feeling like it just feels like a demon function. The energy of going towards specializing feels like an extreme demon function energy.
Mm,
So like the thought of working on something just to work on a craft, like
mm,
to just get good at the craft of something feels like demon energy, where like my brain is it like resists working on it. Feels like a waste of time. That's what it
okay.
is. It feels like this is a waste of time. What am I doing? This is such a waste of time. I can't sit here. And
Oh,
it's really sad for me because it is my saviors. Like my saviors want to st something that I have sf'd. That's what I want to
mm,
do. Like I want to like tinker with my hands, and like my mental social patience for it is like none.
mm,
So sometimes I will force myself past that threshold and I will start making something, but nothing long enough to like genuinely create consistent crafts or whatever. Like I'll buy all the stuff to make something.
Okay, yeah,
I'll buy all the stuff to go into a specializing, and then I just will ditch it. Like I
sure, yeah.
can't focus.
Wow. Yeah, and I think growing up also everything can become like less of a hobby. Like I've noticed
Yeah,
that also. Like I think
yeah,
it's everyone growing up. It's not just socials. Like
totally
I
that.
do see people like kind of forgetting their hobbies or something. Like
Yeah, right, exactly.
yeah,
Do you feel
maybe.
like what do you if you were to say what your specializing is, would you say it's writing or what would you say like would be your area of focus?
Uh, Me more like psychology and investing. I would say.
Investing. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
You do investing. Okay, that's cool.
yeah. For a long time, 2019 maybe 2018.
Really
Yeah,
interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. Do
yeah.
you
I
think that
think
is that what you do for a living or is it still in like hobby stage?
I try to do it for a living, but no, no, it's not right now. No, but I would like at some point to maybe live out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really cool.
yeah. But
And is it any in the crypto realm? Are you going towards that realm or is it only like yeah,
yeah,
crypto.
I was in that for a while, but crypto was very hard in 2025.
Yeah.
So I lost a lot of money there, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but it will come back. And or I mean, I try to diversify also, but
Yeah.
yeah, I really like investing actually.
That's cool. I love that.
And
That's really cool.
I guess I specialize in psychology too. Like I'm in school for that right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah, yeah,
What's your ultimate goal? Do you have ultimate goals with career wise or do you have dreams? Do you have some kind of like possible I know
yeah,
I'm asking a pathway question.
yeah, yeah. Aren't
What's your
further.
conclusion, Matthias?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to like do a master in psychology and after work within businesses. Like I would really
Yeah,
like to do that.
that's awesome.
Um, I could also do like user experiences. Maybe I will work as a like experience user. Yeah, I think it's called that in English.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, for a while and after see that.
Yeah,
Or
that's really cool.
just push for YouTube investing and OPS, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
whatever I find is cool or has potential in the future, sort of like
yeah,
that's
that
kind
makes
of my
sense.
thing.
I get it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's hard to know. Like I never would have told you, "Well, this is what I'm going to be doing for a living." Like I didn't even know this existed.
yeah, yeah,
So, the possibilities are endless of what you could do.
yeah. I think that's also cool with the generalist that it's like it's not like you. There's one thing that you can do. There's like many things. So
Right.
I think
Right.
like when you guys find out how the social were real, let's say, or like I don't know that kind of vocabulary of generalize and all that kind of help me and sing the coins
Yeah,
really helped me actually kind of okay I have to be more everywhere in some kind.
right.
Yeah,
Right. It's hard to know once it because you look at your life through your own lens, through your own filter, and it's hard to know that there is an opposite filter and that you can access that if you tap into that. So
yeah,
I think that that is something that I do love about knowing the functions, knowing the parts, is that it feels like a cheat code to being able to access other parts of your brain that you're not naturally filtering information through
yeah, yeah, exactly.
because you're like, why am I struggling with this thing? It's like, oh, it's just because it's your demon. So it is going to be hard, and that's normal, and that's okay. And you can push through it, but it is going to feel impossible. Um, but it is helpful to know, like, oh, other people are really good at this, and they do this all the time. Like this is their norm, and they have a hard time doing what I do. So
Hmm.
I'm going to go study other people that do this
Yeah,
consistently as their saviors and I then you can kind of get a better idea of like what is it that they don't have a hard time with or that they don't see as an issue. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I normally am really scared of that, but they're saying this is no big deal. Okay, cool. I'll let myself make mistakes in those ways that I normally wouldn't have let myself make mistakes in. So yeah.
I actually see the five tools as like the human kingdom, like, and I think that's like
Yeah,
the collective unconscious of some kind. Like,
I love that.
it's like if you have all types in your brain, you kind of have the collective unconscious to some degree.
I love
Like,
that.
yeah, to some degree. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I've thought about that a lot. I heard recently I read this thing where this lady had died for 15 minutes or 14 minutes, I think, and came back to life, and
mm,
she sort of looked like an INTP, and
okay,
the way that she described what she experienced as heaven, it sounded like her demon functions. And so I was curious about it because it seemed so like her brain had lost its control center that inhibits the flow of the functions. And I'm sure that something like this could happen with like mushrooms or DMT or whatever, like
mm,
experiencing a flow of information without inhibitions, you know?
mm-hmm,
Because the way she described it was like a perfect explanation of like even more FE, even more NE, and
mm-hmm,
this beautiful SI experiencing connectivity. And I was like, well, it's really this really fascinating. That was obviously her version of what heaven was, and um, I wonder if that concept that you're talking about there is like the 512 or the 2048 or whatever we're at now is like the collective unconscious. And if we were able to limit the barriers in that just come from our own default wiring in our minds, that would allow us more understanding, more connectivity, more flow of information between each other, because the wiring in your mind isn't putting the regulator on it, you know. And it feels like our brains are doing that for the purpose of survival, because like why else would you need why else would you need these saviors, and why else would you have these as demons? It feels like you need it for speed purposes. Like you need to be able to use a decision maker quickly that
mm,
has the ruling party. Like if you're a thinker, you need to have the thinking be the ruling party. And if you're intuitive, you need the intuition to be the ruling party. And then one has subservient to the other in order for speed. It seems just like a survival mechanism if I were to
yeah,
take a guess why these evolved like that. But when it comes to like universal emotional connectivity, it feels like in that case, can we put some inhibitions down so that we can understand each other better, so that we can hear each other better, so that we can, you know, we're not in a state, hopefully, we're not in a state of survival, so we can just be and exist, you know? I
hmm,
feel like that might be something to explore.
mm. I think that psychedelics kind of might soften the barriers,
Yeah,
like yeah, soften the barriers so you can connect more maybe to the other side.
right. Right, exactly. Exactly.
But I don't
And
know if
yeah,
psychedelics do that.
if you're not in a survival situation, then you would have the capability of, you know, slowing the mind down in order for it to be able to do that kind of thing without fear, you know.
And I think it's an attention game also, like you said, the survival is like really like if you have to pay attention to this, or it's like I don't know. It feels like to me that really attention really matters. That how things come up in the survival games, like you
Yeah,
cannot pay attention to that and that at the same time, or like
exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly that.
or like you said, like to progress, or yeah, to
Right.
progress or have momentum. Like yeah, it does seem like core teams. Let's say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems for speed. Like if one of the higher things that determine survival is literally just speed, you
Mm,
know, can you run faster than the predator behind you? And you're like, hold on a second, let me spend some time here between both my feeling and my thinking that have equal say. Let me just pause for a second. It's like, oh, you got taken out. Like I'm, you know,
yeah.
again, I don't know if exactly that's what it's about, but I feel like it would be more along the lines of something that was for efficiency purposes. Maybe even your brain itself
Mm,
would get too exhausted if it's having to go spend the time between both the savior and the demon equally, and like going through the entire journey of like, all right, what are we going to decide here? I don't know, we need to
yeah.
we need to listen to both sides equally and as much as. So the inefficiency of that would also take a lot of exhaustion and brain wiring to try and resolve. I would guess that that's a part of it as well. So
Maybe
yeah.
that's why I'm inefficient. We are
You and your
inefficient.
functions are inefficient. Which part are you inefficient about?
We're too much thinking about our demons that it makes us inefficient, Shan. We should just do saviors.
I agree. I think that that makes sense. Let's just do saviors only and
Yeah,
see where that gets us.
to be in the rat race and conquer the world.
That's probably true. Yeah, it's like maybe we can go study some Donald Hoffman to see, okay, this is where this is the being accurate is not important for survival. It's
Mm.
just adaptability. Adaptability was a big one, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Your ability to be adaptable.
I guess knowing your demons makes you more adaptable. I guess.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I think that maybe there's some parts of survival that wants you to go to the demons for sure,
Yeah.
but maybe some parts want you to just
Mm,
get stuck in saviors.
yeah, I agree. I think so
Yeah.
too. I think it's definitely like if it exists, there was a reason it exists. So yeah, you definitely need to do your saviors probably a lot of the times. I think it's a brain issue. Like I know for me when I'm doing my demons, it's so exhausting.
Mm.
It's so exhausting. But then there is this element of once you do it, you get even more of a boost.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, well, I do that if I go to the gym where I'm putting my muscles under extreme weight and
Mhm.
tension for a certain period of time, time under tension at the gym.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done, I get all of the chemicals that feel good in the body. But if I were to do that all day,
Yeah.
every day,
Yeah.
I'd be worn out. I wouldn't be able to recover. So I kind of think it's the same thing. Like you're if you're doing your demons all the time, you're just gonna be a wreck,
Yeah.
you know?
Cortisol spike, you're stressed all the time, or like
Yes.
you don't
Yes.
have so much energy, or
Yeah, that you wouldn't be that that is not necessarily surviving either. But if you don't have access to being able to jump over to your demons and know what they are and know it's possible, then you get yourself stuck, I think. I think you get yourself really stuck. And if you get the paranoia that happens with that fear of opening up your demons, you know, opening up the closet in your mind and staring at the demons and going, these are not that big of a deal. There isn't any creepy mystery here. If I just actually go and check in on this, it's a totally normal thing. I
Mhm.
think that that's a huge thing as well. Because I think a lot of people will just completely toss themselves off the planet by not ever actually checking in and doing that last animal, you know, and
Mhm.
being triggered by their last function. If you have access to knowing that, oh, I'm just doing it again,
Mhm.
like you get to go back to a normal, calmer, less drama homeostasis, you know, baseline basically. So, not that that's even necessarily the best thing ever, because sometimes you need the paranoia and the panic to climb a mountain, you know, and maybe that mountain is what needs to get climbed, and maybe that's what gets you out of being stuck as well. I think paranoia has served people at some points in time, but I
Mhm.
don't know that it's sustainable.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
lag a little bit, lah, and I can hear you, but sometimes the
Oh,
image froze. Yeah.
you can't hear me?
Oh no, no, I can hear you. Sorry, sorry. It's just that the
Oh,
image froze sometimes. So
oh, sorry.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just to not be a blast last, and you see the interview after, and you see that you froze sometimes.
That happens
But
every once in a while in mine too. I'll get like stuck on something for a while. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
can hear you just super fine. So
Okay.
we heard your super great speech about that.
Awesome. My epic speech about
Yeah,
what was I talking about? Paranoia and how it can
fair enough.
sometimes serve you.
Yeah, decider.
Sometimes paranoia helps you survive.
Yeah, some people are mean. You should get rid of them.
Yeah, that too. That's
So
true.
yeah,
Sometimes you should single decide on some people.
true.
Yeah, agreed.
It can be
Agreed.
hard. It can be hard sometimes to see, but
Yeah.
yeah, if you're
Yeah,
paranoid, you see it right away sometimes. So that's why maybe you need to be paranoid.
right.
Yeah.
I think the lesson that I have started to learn that I don't think I've even honed in yet, but I think that I tend to repeat an action consistently that will train people how to treat me. So it's just a very consistent, I can fix something and it's my fault. So like those two things of I can fix something and it's my fault. And then those are not necessarily positive things. They can be very obnoxious and they can be very invasive. Um, but those two things will get me into a lot of trouble. So if I can recognize my saviors and the repeating things that I do, it helps know the opposite thing that I need to work on as a single decider. Because I'll just single decide and see everything is my fault, so I need to work on it, or it's my responsibility and I need to work on it.
Mm.
And then sometimes it's not my responsibility. So yeah, those are things that I will do as a single decider that I've recognized that I need to hang up my saviors, unconscious saviors. But yeah, taken a long time to even acknowledge them.
Yeah, yeah. I've talked to some T dums, and sometimes like they really like a person, and they don't see the bad in the person, and after right
Yes.
away, like they see all the bad is like a huge
Yep.
like yeah, it's really hard for them when they
Yes.
realize the other part.
Yeah, it's like a tidal wave of seeing the bad in a person all at once at the very
Yeah.
end when and I'm like, was I consciously ignoring these things? It feels like my brain with the TE is giving reasons for them that I can go along with. Oh,
Ex-
well, that's just
uh,
because this.
mhm,
Oh, well, that's just because, like, I'm excusing away all of the behaviors because my FI wants to believe that they are this category of a person.
hmm,
And it just chooses to see them in a positive, best light. And therefore, anything that they do that is a low character move, I will find a reason why they did this low character move. So it wasn't their fault. It was actually the other person's fault. And just this weird fault game is the single deciding game. So yeah, that's definitely stuff that I will inappropriately do and cause my single deciding issues.
yeah. I guess we don't update demons at the bottom, or like it's
Right.
immovable. It's more immovable, even if they are feminine. Maybe
Right.
we don't update them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it just feels like we want to set it and forget it with our saviors, like or our
Mm,
demons really. Like I want to set it and forget it. I want to decide that this person is good and then
uh-huh,
like let that be. But
yeah.
the ones in the middle, you check back and forth. You're like, I decided this person was good, but these reasons and the way that they treat the tribe is really crappy and eventually they're going to treat me in the same way and
Mm,
I decided that they were totally good and everything about them was awesome, but really a lot of low character things that they've consistently done and I'm not looking at things from the tribe's perspective of what that was like for them to go through that because right now I'm only on this positive
mhm,
side and I'm not jumping back over here to go if I were the other person then I would be going through hell caused by this person over here. I need to be able to jump back and forth and therefore re decide, like update. the decision that
mm,
I'm sure that they have a lot of really great characteristics, but they also have a lot of really low character things that I don't want to pay for later once it's my turn.
okay.
Once they're treating me the same way they treat the tribe. I don't want to go through that. That's the blind that's the blind spot that happens all at once. And it's not fun. It's definitely
Mm.
not fun. Yeah.
Has it happened often time in your life, like seeing out at once? I don't know, like I don't know me, like it will be like I don't know, doing a lot of any now. Suddenly, I'm like, okay, like I actually have to do something with it, like in the physical world, like actually organizing it
Right.
or
Right.
doing some work with it. So have it has happened to you, like
Yeah.
all your FI all at once?
Yeah. Yeah. It has happened to me a couple times, and it's funny. It's like you think you think you should only go through it once and then learn from the lesson and not have to go through it again,
Mhm,
but sometimes I think sometimes with demon and I as well, like something seems different, something seems new, and therefore the same pattern that you've already gone through doesn't apply here.
mhm,
So that's caused me problems where I haven't been able to copy and paste that. It's not even necessarily that the person themselves is the problem, because I think, well, I think it's both. I think the person themselves will let themselves behave in a way that takes advantage of others, and that's something that some people let themselves do and some people don't. But I'm also opening the doorway, so I'm a part of the problem. I'm at least half the problem, where I'm opening the doorway and allowing for these poor behaviors to go unchecked. I'm not doing things like creating boundaries in my life that says you can behave in a way that's whatever, but I'm going to protect myself in these ways. If I'm not doing the sleep energy to say these are my boundaries, and I'm going to move away from you if you start acting like this, you're not actively training somebody what they can get away with and what they can't get away with
mhm,
when it comes to interacting with you. So that's a pretty consistent mistake that I've made. Now, when I'm around other people who are just very giving, very caring, when I'm not doing enough in my boundaries, they're crossing over the bridge and doing even more. They're caring even more. They're showing up even more. So my mistakes aren't as catastrophized, you know.
mhm,
But if you're with someone that is not relationship wise, this is friendship wise, this has happened to me friendship wise and relationship wise, where they're not practiced in being empathetic or putting themselves in your shoes or seeing the kind of things that they're causing for you, you know, problems that they're creating for you, or scenarios that they are putting you in. If they haven't practiced getting into the shoes of the tribe and having empathy, then you're not making sure that you're showing up for yourself. There's a gap, and that gap, yeah, I've caused problems in my life with that gap. um and then, yeah, with NE and SI, the thing that I see, because I don't have that function, the thing that I see for you guys is that like fantasy world and physical world disconnect. um does that kind of does that show up a lot in your life where you're like aware of the disconnect of living in a certain mind space and then kind of paying for the physical world once it sort of shows up? Is that how it feels for you?
it's more that I focus on the conceptual world, so it's like I ignore the physical world. So it's
Yeah.
more that there's a mismatch there. Like
Hmm.
it's not like I'm aware of it, like so, and it's not like the concept sometimes connect to the physical world. So it's like I cannot even verify it to some degree.
Yeah, right.
So I
Tell
guess
me what that's like, because you have Save Your Sleep, but the thing that I see with SIs, with any SIs, is that you guys are still like processing on the back end, like because the sleep is a physical thing to go through. Like it's a physical, historical event to go through. And like, how does that work for you? Like, how does that feel? Because I'm always processing ahead of time. I'm always like, how am I going to feel tomorrow? How am I going to feel a week from now? How am I going to feel a year, 2 years? Like, that's
Oh,
how I process, is I know what's coming for me emotionally. But I've seen even double
mm,
activated demon SIs still having to process after the event has happened,
mm.
you know?
Me, it's kind of being settled in my body, let's say, or
Yeah.
my
Mhm.
awareness of some kind. But I can do future and past. But it's true that I don't know. For me, it really like I have to know my past and to some degree my future. So it's not like I would not say it's like sensory or intuitive per se. Like
Mhm.
I don't connect it that way.
Mm.
Like yeah, uh, yeah. I don't think so. I think it's more that I'm settled in my awareness. Let's say so because of that I'm kind of grounded and yeah. Uh,
That makes sense.
it's really
That's
hard
a
to know by
physical
the way.
sign.
Like, but it's really hard to know. Like putting vocabulary to that sometimes it's really hard. Like to describe it. Let's say
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. A physical grounding energy.
Yeah. I think it's
That's
that.
that's a perfect description of masculine SI. Yeah, and I'm literally trying to understand it through NI, which is, of course, like, how else am I going to understand it? That's my filter, but it's very interesting how I'm like, okay, so
Yeah.
how do you
Yeah.
guys process?
Yeah, we try to triangulate, but it's like kind of hard,
Yeah,
knowing
yeah,
the other. Or
yeah.
I get
Because
that
I
emotional.
assume you guys
Uh,
know what's coming, or that you can predict how you will feel once you've made a choice. But I've watched it consistently be where they won't recognize until the things are happening to them at that time, that they're like,
mm,
"Oh, now I don't like this, or I'm not happy about this, or I miss that." Like, they're aware after the fact, even
mm,
though they knew what was coming. And so that's what's sort of fascinating. It feels like and maybe it is just living in the NE, that there's an aware, like, that you're in an imagined space instead of the physical self that is aware that the physical self is not, this is what it is experiencing. Maybe that's the difference. Instead of the imagined space, or this hypothetical world, or this fantasy bubble, that it's now in the physical self, it's now back into the physical body, and it can't ignore
mm.
the way that it is currently feeling. Is that kind of something?
For some reason, my sleep feels disconnect from my any sometimes. Like it's more
Mm,
like okay, I know that I'm grounded in the present moment,
mm,
but it has nothing to do with theory or future or something like
mm,
that. I do
mm,
see that, and I think that my best place is really like I feel like a block that is settled like emotionally. I
mhm.
think that's really when like if I get it and like process very fast, I feel like.
Yes.
But it's true that I process a lot like with music or like revisiting the past and or learning wisdom from it.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
the future, like I have to say that sometimes I prepare myself in the future or
Mm.
but it seems more like grounding myself in the present for the future is more it seems more like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The physical self body.
But for some reason, yeah, some I don't really connect my any with my sleep SI sometimes.
Hmm. I think that's what's hard when you have the poles, like whatever you have on the top,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to get them to meet in the same space. Like, very different than our double middles. Like, our double middles, you're like used to kind of going back and forth and creating this like yin and yang, but still flowing together. But like the poles feel so much like trying to get something that has like opposite polarity, like literally magnets that won't get close enough together. You know what I mean? They repel
Hmm.
each other.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it seems like. The poles, the top and bottom, have a hard time living in the same space.
I mean I think when I'm in super space NF brain mode,
Yeah.
like being grounded in the SF feels very cool to me. Like sometimes I
Yeah.
have that combo of the two, and I that's where I feel more the SF, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the combo of yeah, fantasy plus being grounded in the present is really a very savior energy that feels very powerful to me.
Yeah. Consume sleep. You've got those two. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Very interesting. Oh, did you see this comment?
Oh yeah.
Masculine SI lasts. The masculine SI lasts, I know, keep dealing with reality as if it's attacking them and ruining their good vibes, and as if it came out of nowhere and it's like, hello, man, that coffee shop was out of your favorite croissant twice last week. They might be out of it today too, but they treat it like it came out of nowhere. I think that's how
Yeah.
all observers feel, right? Like the surprise, especially if it's a lead intuition, the surprise of the sensory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt more like SE, I would say, but I don't know. But it's true that
Mhm.
sensory sometimes feels like random. Like I
Yeah.
don't know why. Like yeah,
Yeah.
sensory feels more random universally.
Yeah.
Yeah, intuition
Yeah.
feels more OI universally. Yeah, feeling thinking is kind of depend. I feel like
Right. I agree with that. Yeah. I definitely get surprised by bad emotions. I'm like, that's not supposed to be there. Don't
yeah,
punish me. Don't punish me
yeah.
with bad emotions.
Feeling can be more random. I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Sensory and feeling they feel more random universally. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Just feels like you get a pie in your face and you're like, oh,
yeah,
I was doing so good.
yeah.
Don't mess.
Even the FI. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we track one emotion, but we still get swept by a lot of emotion at the same time. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I get triggered by the weirdest things. Like, okay, why did that bother? And then my TE will obsess. Okay, why did that bother me? Why was I bothered by that? Okay, let me obsess about that forever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just thinking about that, it's true that also our last demon feels more random. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
Does it feel more random?
That makes sense if I'm not paying attention to that and
Yeah, yeah. If
if
your
I'm not
attention,
tracking that. Where did that
yeah.
come from?
So
It's like,
imagine being Dave SC demon last.
oh
Like
yeah, surprise on top
the
of,
last is random.
yeah,
Sensory universally is random.
right.
SC is random. It's like, bang.
That makes sense because I definitely am like, no, that trash can was always there. That was always there. That is not a surprise. It's there every day. This is not something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So if it's your saviors, you're like, what? It was there all along.
Yes. Is
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I don't know a lot. I didn't know a lot of NI in my life, and like when I went to university, all of a sudden I know a lot of NI. So it's really
Yeah.
interesting actually seeing them in real life. It's like before I
Right.
had the theoretical understanding of like the NI, how they like how it works in some sense,
Yeah. Right.
like they're stacking. But now that I know more in real life, it's even more interesting. Like I'm like, wow,
It's fascinating that
yeah,
like real people will just unabashedly tell you about their demons because they don't know.
yeah,
So it's way easier to type in real life because you're like,
yeah.
yeah, that SE attacked you. You are totally attacked right now.
Yeah, and what is tragic is like they always get the concussion what from a ball out of nowhere. Like
Yeah,
physically, like all the NI I know, like there may be three of them that got a concussion because they had a ball in the back of their head. Like
right. There you
literally,
go.
it's really weird.
Literally
Like
got hit by physical reality.
yeah, it's like because of
Yep.
the attention that will actually happen to you. Like
Right.
your demon will actually happen to you. Like because of
Yeah.
you. Like it's insane.
Yeah. Okay, what's ours then? You will get some kind of paperwork that puts you in jail or something. What's mine?
Yeah, I think it's my destiny.
You get put in jail. You get fined. Mine will be
And selfish. I don't know.
self-hatred or tribe
I love
hatred.
it. Yeah.
That's already happened. So, yeah.
No, you're loved, but you're loved by everyone.
Mm, not
Not
all the time.
everyone. Yeah, the both decider. Like not
Yeah, there
everyone,
you
but
go. Not the one that the FI connects to. That's the
ah
most important.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the middle, it hurts. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Oh, that's good. Oh, so Calcutto. Is this Cotto?
My
My
partner.
partner was shaved by. We're still using shaved. That is so old school. I have not heard the word shaved in so long.
Yeah, yeah.
By you guys as a double masculine, any FI, consume, play blast, sleep last, and every day he is stuck processing how the day attacked him and ripped him out of his comfortable NF, consume happy land. And my ENFP hasn't done his taxes for his small business in 7 years and is afraid of the government will audit him every day. That's a pretty good, legit fear. Oh my gosh. That's a great example of single observing fears versus double observing fears. I fear taxes every year, so I do them.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of them every year, so I do them. Okay, so what am I not doing? Oh, yeah, engaging with the tribe. I'm not engaging with the tribe in real life enough. Yeah, okay.
But you're an EJ. You're an EJ.
Yeah,
You
but
okay?
I'm also an introvert, and the tribe drains me to extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the thought of going out and like hanging out with someone is like, mm.
You're hanging out with me now.
That's true, but it's still in my like cozy box. I'm like,
Yeah, true. Yeah.
you know,
Now on man, we can do it. We can
right.
socialize like that.
There you go. That's right. I can do that. I'm still in my own comfort zone. Yeah.
In the pink.
That's right. This is my comfort zone. Pink.
It energizes you.
I don't know.
No.
It's something. I think if I had my way, which I do have my way, but I'm an EJ, so I don't have my way, I would probably do yellow and blue. So
Yeah.
it's
No.
like
Oh.
sunset. Like I had before. I used to have blue and yellow,
Ah, do
but
you have synesthesia? You associate colors with some. You have that?
synesthesia, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the colors, the words, a lot of stuff is connected to colors for me,
Oh
like
wow.
emotional states, feelings,
Hmm.
thoughts, words, letters is all connected to color. Sometimes painting, like sometimes very watercolor. But I think it just feels like everything in my brain passes through some kind of color in order to experience it. But yeah, the letters, I think the definition of
Hmm.
synesthesia, there's different kinds of synesthesia, but my particular synesthesia is the letters connected to colors. It's just it's supposedly it's a disorder, but it's just a connection of wires in the brain that is supposed to be, you know, your visuals aren't necessarily supposed to connect to the literal words, but it does. So yeah.
That's that's the proof that the universal world is better than the not better, but like it forms the material world. I would say like maybe
Yeah.
like it's not supposed to be there, but because of your mind, like it connects actually.
Right. Right.
Like
Yeah. I think it's just a modality thing for me. It goes so directly through my visuals that, you know, it makes more sense in my brain for stuff to be visualized. Um, I think some other people will go through auditory, they have auditory synesthesia. Um,
it might help you process emotion better, no? To associate
that's a
you see
possibility.
you see emotional states with color.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, when I get heightened chemicals or heightened emotions, they definitely have visuals to them. Um, so yeah, it is an interesting, and I thought it was, I mean, it's not even something that you consciously think about until you hear about it someday. I mean, you just do, your brain brain is doing. It's not like I'm actively like, huh, my brain is doing this visual thing. You just do whatever your brain does from birth, you know?
Yeah.
Until you're like, see a video on synesthesia. I'm like, oh yeah, I do that. That's not something everybody does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's weird. But what's your spectrum? Your iffy spectrum? It's like red is like anger, blue is like sad. I don't know.
yeah, that is, yeah, it is very interesting because sometimes it's just like, oh, this emotion feels like a forest. And
Oh,
so
okay.
the colors that will come out are like the hunter greens, and then the like texture to it will feel more like pine trees, you know, because the emotion feels like a forest with the depth and the darkness and the
Mm.
coolness to the greens, like a bird's eye view. And so you'll just get those kinds of like colors and textures that will mix in.
Okay, you it's more
Um,
the context and the environment that
yeah.
says the emotion. It's not like the iffy spectrum of the color and skating
Yeah.
and emotion.
And I don't know if that's on the front end or the back end, you know, because on the back end I could be like, that reminds me of a forest. So I don't know I don't know chicken and egg. I don't know which one came first, you know. Like
Okay.
sometimes I'm like, oh, this feels like a sailboat, but it's like, did the energy feel like a sailboat, or did the visuals look like a sailboat? And then I
Mm.
recognize that that is what the feeling feels like. I don't know. I don't know which one came first. But
Oh,
yes, I
okay.
do connect it conceptually, and that's probably also just that I feel like my masculine and I connects to the visuals. Like it very much feels like my masculine and I is like a it creates, you know, it feels like it's the one that is coming up with something that isn't in physical existence, you know. So yeah, and it remembers. So yeah.
Mm. Okay, okay, good. Some kind of gateways your NI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel that? Do you feel like with your, is it when you think of like rhythm or you think of sounds or you think of auditory stuff, is it more connected in your NE where there's like a creative space for it? Or is it more like rhythm based where it's like the
Mm.
actual like sounds, beats, timing of music? Like what, like where the physical universe can like hit on the notes? What do you feel is connected more? Do you feel like it's your sensory or do you feel like it's your intuition?
Wow. I think it's both. Like,
Mm.
I think it's more the SI. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's more the SI.
I'm
The
curious if it's because it's
the
masculine.
the beats and the rhythm. Yeah. But I do
Yeah.
like to actually like also emotion. I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess if we go also just to the auditory part.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
No.
froze. I didn't hear that last.
No. I don't think it's the. Oh, sorry.
I didn't hear the last part, so I was
Okay. Okay.
it
No.
froze a little
If we focus just on the auditory part, I think it's just the SI.
bit. It is the SI.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's connected to the masculine because that's what you would remember. Like even if it happened with your NE, maybe you wouldn't remember it. Like maybe it's
Mm.
that the solidity and the standing on is happening with the SI.
So the visual ESTJ we remember with the NE. Like,
Maybe I don't know. I'd have to gather a lot of examples and then run it through an NI
yeah.
filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how all of this stuff was. Anytime we would poke at something,
Mm.
the theory comes first, you know, and then you run a whole bunch of SE examples through the theory. You pretend the theory's true. You run on a theory and you pretend it's true. And then you try and lawyer the theory by throwing a bunch of examples into the wood chipper of that theory to see if it stands.
Okay.
And if the
Mm.
theory continuously holds out, then it becomes eventually it becomes a binary part. So I already know that we remember things with our masculines, um, but does the modality itself connect to the masculine part of the observer? I don't know.
Mm.
I have my own individual experience with it, and I believe it's connecting to my masculine NI, but I don't know. You know,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If it's across the board,
right?
people. report to say, okay, it's really my masculine that have this kind of
Yeah.
modality. Yeah.
Right, right, right. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to pay attention to that more. It's hard because you can you if even if you get first person account for it, like even my own first person account is not very reliable because I might be missing that I'm doing it through SE in other ways, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you go to ask somebody else, you're now getting somebody else's first person account of their experience through it and not being able to like watch from the outside. If it's something that is so story based and it's not something people commonly talk about, oh, here's how I visualize something. It's not something that comes up a lot. Or here's how I listen to the music. So it's hard to just observe from a
Mm.
outside
Third
to be able to
person.
just
Yeah.
yeah, right. Get a third person perspective on that one.
Do you have? Do you guys have some theories ready to roll out, like social types, or like I don't
No.
know?
No. If we
Yeah.
know it, you will know it. I think that
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what was interesting about socials is that we were discovering it and talking about it while we had already gone public. And so I think it was one of those things where we still were figuring things out and understanding things. Like, yeah, when we first started talking about it, I thought I was a 2 and I thought my mom was a 4 when we first started talking about it. And like I realized, nope, my mom's a 2, I'm a 1. And just the amount of time that it took us to hone in to understand those parts better. Like I still feel like I'm like finally barely getting a better understanding of the socials now that we've gone through it a lot, you know?
Mm,
And once we got the binary coins of uh the inner drive versus external drive, internal drive versus external drive, that changed a lot. And then the specialized versus generalized, which we already had, but like knowing that those are the two coins, that helped a lot because now that you have the core, you can now go, okay, save your demon versus flex. Like that's it's a behavioral anecdote
mm,
that some are flexier than others. That's something that's really it's too hard to track something like that.
mm-hmm.
It's not core enough. It could be a leaf pattern and it's not as effective for typing. It messes with you and it can confuse you. Because I've seen a lot of 4s be like super flexy
Mm-hmm.
because when they're doing it, they're in a demon state, and so it sounds flexy, and it could throw off your perception of oh they're actually being flexy, but they're not. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to say something about what you said, but I forgot. Like,
That's okay.
yeah. So-called Koto said, speaking of modalities, are you saying body movement tracking or only memory location?
Dave's really good at that. Dave's really good at kinesthetically tracking body movements. I am not as much as he is, but that I
Oh,
think is literally because he is kinesthetic. So like he will see like how somebody moves their jaw and how they talk and how
okay.
they move their bodies, and he that just happens to be his modality. So his visual biasing is always kinesthetic oriented, where he's watching
Mm,
somebody's physical movements, how they move their face, how they move their jaw, how they have like gums here versus their teeth placement, like all that stuff he's way more aware of
okay, okay.
when it comes to tracking that stuff.
I'm not sure how I do that on the spectrum, let's say, to be honest.
Yeah,
But maybe I track it. I don't know.
possibly. I mean,
Oh,
once I know about it, then my masculine and I will start tracking it. Like there's some like certain style of gums and teeth that you see in a lot of like SFJs and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And once I knew about that pattern, then I would start going, oh, there's that again. That's very interesting
Mm,
that their gums show in a different way and their teeth show in a different way. And that's a structural skeletal thing that is
mhm.
unique about that particular type. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know a guy on YouTube that is very good, like picking up like every part of the face, and
Mm.
like he has to teach like Arabic and Chinese and like French
Mm.
people about visual typing,
Interesting.
and he's very good at associating that with some kind of. personality traits
Oh,
like
fascinating.
like
That's
long
cool.
nose, short nose,
Yeah, I've heard of
long
that. There is a whole
yeah,
what is it called? They had
uh,
a
morphopsychology in French,
okay.
morphopsychology, and
Yeah,
Chinese school and Arabic school. I don't know, like
forgot the
the
name in English, but I used to study that for a while. But yeah, like a long protruding nose meant like wealthy or something like that,
yeah.
or preparing for the future, which I thought was really funny. I'm like, oh, that's funny. They're tracking the NI nose.
Maybe phenotype. Maybe phenotype. Does it say something to you?
What?
Phenotype. I think the
Oh,
word
phenotype. Yeah, that's it.
is
There
it
you
that?
go.
Okay, it's that. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the short nose for the future. You said or
No, the long, like it's like a
yeah, the
long
long
nose with
exactly.
birth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like meant like wealth and also like prepared, like future preparedness or future wisdom or something like that. I forgot the language of it. I'm like, oh, that's funny. They're tracking the NI nose.
Yeah. I do see a lot of NI with that nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And Jews,
exactly. Yep.
Jews,
Exa-
Jews control
Right.
the world.
Yeah, now, yeah, yeah.
No, yeah, you agree with me?
To some degree. I don't know. I mean,
BlackRock
depends. Depends.
depends.
In certain areas, I think so. Yeah, wealth wise. Yeah, I guess so. Jeff Bezos. Is
Hey,
Jeff Bezos?
he is also a Jew.
I don't know.
Wow.
I could be wrong. Let me look. Are you looking that up?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't want to
uh,
be wrong on that one.
you don't want to be wrong.
No, I'm masculine TE.
You're absolutely wrong. He's not Jew.
Good. Thank you for letting me know. If I'm wrong, I need to know, and then I don't ever make that mistake again.
Maybe you're actually half right. His mother's Jewish stepfather.
Oh,
So you're actually right to some degree.
I'm half right. I'll
Yeah.
take that.
Well, like yeah,
Uh,
they didn't know Jeff Bezos was a Jew. Wow. Okay.
yeah, and what's Bill Gates? Is Bill Gates Jewish? Let's see. We're both typing.
Uh,
Nope.
nope.
Oh
Okay.
wait, 10 Jews in the Forbes
Uh,
top 50 billionaires. Maybe you are right.
wow.
That's fascinating. Zuckerberg, Michael
Zuckerberg.
Bloomberg, Michael
Wow.
Bloomberg. Why are we even talking about this? This is so random. Sheldon and Sherry Arison. The billion.
Oh, you froze. No. The Jew have a. Fuck, the Jew want to end the stream. Yeah, I can't hear you. I don't know. You froze totally.
Oops, oops, oops. I wrecked my internet because I
Okay,
looked it
right.
up.
Okay. Okay, because you go. I thought it
Yeah.
was the wealthy Jew that did that.
That would be funnier. That's good. That's pretty great. Okay, random question here. Also, can social type alter the expression of the modality? Like a double feminine number one seeming more masculine than a double feminine number four.
Mm,
Hmm. I think that a lot of times the generalizing does activate the intuition. Dave and I have been talking about this for a while. I've been talking about this for a while. And I think generalizing in general activates your your overview function. So if that overview function happens to be masculine, then it is possible that it would show up more masculine. Like
mm,
I definitely have seen that I feel more masculine than some of my number four counterparts. So
mm.
that's possible. Um, yeah, that is possible. I don't have any sensory to back that up other than
Yeah.
a couple of personal examples of where that does feel that way, and I have been tracking that when I am using generalizing, I am using NI. I'm using NI and I'm using TE to create a future overarching plan and system that involves the tribe. So again, I'm one example and it is subjective. So I try and sort of stare at it outside of myself, but that's kind of hard to do. And it is a hard one to see if other people are doing it, you know. But I pay attention, so I'll eventually figure it out.
But actually, I agree with you. I mean, from my experiences, like I don't know, social one. I mean, higher social feel more masculine oftentimes.
Mm,
Like,
right. Right. Yeah. Like you have Andrew Tate, you have Trump. So pretty intense. Oprah, she definitely feels more masculine in her energy in that way. Yeah.
is she masculine sensory?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Also, okay.
She's audio, so automatically she's gonna have
Uh,
more masculinity there.
Michelle Obama too.
Michelle, yeah, that's a good example. And
Wow.
she's got masculine savior double activated. She's masculine TE, masculine NI double activated, so that's a possible like
Hmm.
even more intensity. So yeah, if she's doubling down on her saviors. So yeah.
And it's true that social four they feel very feminine.
Right. And I've seen some of them even talk with more feminine voices.
Okay, okay.
Like my voice is more like masculine in a lower I'm an alto, you know. So
Uh, oh, okay.
some of them have that like mousy like hi, you know, like they use the softer part of their voice.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's consistent across the board with it being a four thing. I'd have to kind of pay attention to that more, but I have noticed that, which is very interesting. It's like, yeah, okay, who's, you know, and is that a conscious thing or is it a genetic thing? I don't know. I have no idea about that, you know,
Yeah,
but
hard to
yeah,
know sometimes. So
right, exactly.
just let it there for a while for the
Yeah.
wood chipper to
Yeah, there you go. I like it.
the OPS
Yeah,
process.
yes, exactly. SoCal Kato says, do you think someone being a generalist can cause a mistype on a modality, like a sensory lead generalist who's double masculine seeming FM because of the intuitive nature of generalist? Yes, I do think so. I think we have mistyped people in the past because we didn't know enough about the socials, for sure.
Hmm.
Yep. Like somebody seems like a blaster, but they're really just a two. So you're like, why are you producing so much? It's like they're just a two that's running around putting a in like I think too the limitation that we have is that you're typing somebody through a video. It's always going to be hard. If you lived with them and you hung out with them in real life, the typing gets way easier. Like if Dave and I had that much time to spend a week with you, the accuracy goes up because you're watching somebody when they don't know they're being watched, you know? But like doing a video and only having a certain amount of information in a video, there is a lot. There's a lot in a video, but
Hmm.
it's going to be not as accurate as typing somebody, you know, from hanging out with them in person. So the socials become more clear in person versus their savior demon functions. Like it's very easy to see that my mom and my grandpa are both blast last. But if I were to watch a video of them where they're just going around and doing things, it's hard to tell that, you know?
Mhm.
So yeah. But yes, I do. I think every time we discovered one of the coins, it made it a lot easier to type because you were you had an answer for something instead of it just being a modification, you know. We're like, I know
Mhm.
this is an ISFP, but why are they so this or that? It's like, oh, now I know. I know their socials, you know.
Yeah, you can leverage that information to know if it's real or not. Lah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Like,
think social koto is like I think social koto social
mhm.
koto. I think
SoCal.
I think he's a guy in the community ESFP.
Yeah, I think so. Is
Am
this
I right?
Kato? Is this SETE Kato?
Yeah, koto, yeah.
Yeah, Michael.
It's Michael. Oh yeah, it's
Ah,
him.
yeah.
We discovered the
We discovered
intruder
you.
secret identity.
Not that that was so secret, but we discovered you. He's like, yeah, I gave you my last name.
Yeah, so called koto.
Don't tell the FBI. They're watching right now. You know, those FBI, they have lots of time on their hands. That's funny.
Ours,
Oh,
your ENFP escape without getting tracked for 7 years. It's like
yeah.
I want to know how he did it.
Yeah, that's a pretty. The FBI agent is itching to catch me. Okay, that's great. My particular one, the one that's watching me, the one that's coming after me. That's your demons, you know. You have an NIFI that's tracking you.
And fine.
That's great. Ah, well, any other questions for me?
Last question. I will try to think. Okay, last question for you is for OPS.
I'm
Yes.
laughing at Kato. Yes, some INTJ with an agenda trying to ruin my life. Same.
Question about OPS or Shan?
You can do whatever your heart's FI desire is, which you probably already know since you're Savior FI.
I don't know my art. It wants something and after it wants something else. But
Oh yeah, the feminine any chasing stuff. He's more than allowed.
she's bunny.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's something you want to say to me or talk about, or
Yeah, man, I have an agenda.
you have an agenda?
Yep. I got to get my agenda out there. Oh my god. I'm doing my demons now. My agenda. I have a way and I need to preach my way. No, I don't have an agenda.
No time.
No, unfortunately. It causes issues. No, I don't have anything in particular. Usually I try to say something inspiring, so I feel like I imparted
Something.
wisdom.
Yeah,
I have nothing inspiring or wisdom to share.
that was a good live stream to be honest. Like, very long. I didn't expect you to be that for that long. I was like, wow.
We're blast last in it. We
Yeah,
just we just chased the topics.
yeah. We changed the topics. That was. I think that was fun
Yeah,
because
I
of
had a
that.
great time.
Yeah, yeah. That's fun.
Had a great
Okay.
time.
I mean, the last section is really blast last. I have to find a question before you leave. I like.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, SoCal Cato. Great interview, guys. Even though
What?
I only caught the end, you'll have to go back and watch the beginning. That's where all the good secret information is. So
Yeah.
that's where the secrets are. I'm not messing with you. Don't tempt my SE. Yep. Yep. I am tempting your SE. If you don't go back and get the secrets, that's where the answers to life are. That's where the official answers to life. It'll make me watch the whole thing twice. And that's a mortal sin for the SE. You cannot do something twice.
I'm asking ChatGPT for a question for you.
Oh, that's smart.
That's smart. You think
Don't
so?
tell Dave and Shan. I won't tell her. Mums. Mum's the word. Is that a trigger, Michael, to ever hear something twice? I already know the answer to that, but I thought I would poke at you.
Okay, so ChatGPT has some nice insights.
Yes, when someone reopens a conversation, I die inside. We already talked about this. Yes, I think all the EPs really struggle. I struggle with that, but I think the EPs like will literally end friendships over we already talked about this. Oh yeah, my
Oh
poor
yeah.
friend. He struggles with that. I'm like, well, it's only coming up again because it wasn't resolved the first time. That's why.
It wasn't truly resolved.
Yeah, that's why something comes up more than once, usually.
Okay, so after I love the question, but ChatGPT isn't helpful. So
Okay. Demon Sleep wants to leave it unresolved. That's funny. You could just go unconscious again and ask the question twice, like you've never talked about it before.
just to throw the ball around, like.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, okay, maybe we can end it here. Like, I'm trying to find like the ultimate question that will
You
like.
did so good though. You had great questions. We had great
Yeah, that was
interactions.
fun. Yeah,
We don't need a perfect ending question. We could just blast it.
yeah.
Yes.
I was like,
Great
okay,
play, Matthias.
thanks, thanks.
Get some play claps there. Thank you. SoCal. I keep wanting to say social.
What's
SoCal. Are you in
our
Southern California, Michael? I'm thinking of, oh, here we go. We can end on this. Let's end on this. I am thinking of doing meetups, and I am possibly going to have an event with my friend in the future, possibly in the fall. But I am thinking of having more meetups locally. So
Oh, nice.
just to let you all know.
California.
In California, I think I'm going to start in California, and then I might do other states just so that people could go to them. The name sounded fun. I'm in Florida. Okay. Just an, just another way to throw my FBI agent off my scent. That's awesome. That's a lot of pressure that you're under 24/7. That FBI agent. What's funny is that's the other part of your brain. So we can end on that. He's always watching. Meaning the other part of your brain is always watching.
It's you.
It's
All the
me.
time
I'm
it
the
was me.
FBI agent. Yes. That's great. Okay, cool.
So
Yeah.
you will travel with your van to other states
There you
doing meetup.
go.
That's what you will
That's
do.
what I'll do.
Gonna be awesome.
Eventually. I'm sure at first I'll
Eventually.
probably just get a hotel room. I'm not that cool yet.
Yeah. No, you're
Awesome.
cool. It was cool, Shan. Thanks you
Yeah.
for doing this. Like
Yes.
being a big fan of OPS for so many years and having you there was very fun.
Awesome.
And
Thanks for having me, Matthias. I had a wonderful
yeah,
time.
yeah. So ciao. Thanks.
Ciao. Thanks, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Until
Bye.
next time. Bye.
Okay. Bye, Matthias.